Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Clear Shots podcast. Today we have our good friend Brian on. It was a lot of fun. We talked about mostly about fruit and UFC, some NFL, video game microtransactions, and a little bit of a couple videos here and there. The videos are always going to be linked in the description if we do videos, so definitely just keep an eye out for those. If you hear us listening to a video or whatever. Thank you guys for listening. Appreciate it, and hope you enjoy the podcast.
I gotta get out of here. Shit. At BFam HD, hashtag me too.
Enter the code word shots.
Enter code word shots to get
off.
enter code word shots to get your accusations made public now. Jesus. No, this is annoying. I keep looking at your screen. We get that this guy's fucking broadcasting, right? Like it's fucking it won't stop popping up.
Is that showing? Oh, it's like a little preview.
Yeah,
I didn't note that. What else is it gonna do though? It's just gonna show Google. Like I don't really.
Yeah, but like, why is it showing like?
It's because his controller's off, so it gives you like random notifications that you haven't checked yet.
Oh.
It just does that when it's idle.
It's like get this achievement.
You're 0% of the way there.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Win 8-ball tour. Oh, what's that? Pool Nation FX win the 8-ball.
Here's
tour.
a random achievement that you don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does that for me with Dishonored
Like,
too. I'm playing.
There's so many games that it could just be choosing from, but it's only showing you the one from Pool Nation FX.
Yep.
It's because Sean and I were playing Pool Nation the other day.
Oh, okay.
It's when you turn off the the guideline, it's so hard. Like it's way hard. It's actually harder than real pool, easily.
Nothing's harder than actual pool.
Except Pool Nation FX with no guidelines.
HD.
It's not.
Put in code word shots and get your guidelines removed for free.
20% off your guidelines.
Very funny.
Yeah. So, UFC, you guys missed it.
Yep.
We did.
It was fucking really good. And you missed it.
I was making money, so
Yeah, but you missed it.
yeah. But like, I could buy the event after the fact and
Yeah,
watch
but it's
it
not
if
the
I wanted
same.
to.
It's not live now.
No.
It's not the same.
I also have Game Pass, so it's not the same.
Game Pass.
That's
Yeah,
Fight
for
Pass?
No, for NFL.
NFL.
So like I watch all of the games after they're over, and I already know the scores.
That's depressing as fuck.
Yeah,
I can't imagine doing that. I can't imagine watching the game.
but it's like I'm
Live.
working for like 70% of the games, so it's like
Isn't there a way to like not see the scores?
probably, but for whatever reason, it sends notifications to my phone.
What does?
Like just in general, Google tells me the scores because it knows that I've looked up those particular teams or whatever.
That's so asinine.
So it's like every Syracuse basketball game that I've missed this season, I get notifications on my phone up to date what the score is every second.
That's super annoying.
I think I get them too, but I just don't.
It just says it in the background. It'll show up on there and it will say what the current score is.
That's
I think
so
I see
annoying.
them, but I just kind of don't look at them.
I can
don't pay attention
probably
to them.
like turn it off, but I just haven't bothered to change it yet. Because like honestly, it's just like I'm not gonna catch half these things anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can't sit down and watch SU basketball unless they're playing a team I give a shit about.
Or if it's a playoff game and it matters.
I guess, yeah. Like I can only watch them play like North Carolina or Duke or like Louisville or Pitt or
like there really hasn't been a point yet this season because it's like most of the games that they've played were like just nobodies, and then
Didn't
last week they got their first loss because they faced the number 2 team, Kansas.
they got their dick punched in, didn't they?
It was like 76-60, something like that. Which
That's a dick punch.
Kinda, yeah.
yeah, but like considering number 2 in the country versus Syracuse, like they didn't do that bad, I guess.
No.
You know, I would have expected they got, dick punched way harder than that.
That's fair. That's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
It's like,
Dude, Max Holloway, though.
did he end up winning?
Yeah, he ended up winning.
Dude, he looked dominant, too.
Against who? Aldo?
Yeah,
because I had Holloway winning that.
Dude, he just, he would not stop pressuring him. Like, he was just all over him the whole time. And Aldo, after a while, was just beat up and just wasn't answering anything. But so many of those fights were slugfests. Like, they were just standing and banging. It was crazy. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen a card with that many fucking, actual
just
wars.
stand-ups.
Yeah, it was crazy. Just the exchanges. Even the prelims were fucking awesome. And then, Ngannou fucking destroyed Overeem.
Ended his career.
That fucking, backwards, uppercut.
Overeem's been,
on the decline.
Undereem. He's been Undereem for the past 4 years.
Yeah.
There was, a brief, maybe, 3-fight run where it's maybe Overeem's back. And then, no.
Well, we were looking at it.
Ngannou.
I think the last Saturday we were looking at it, and we saw that Overeem has been knocked out 3 of his past 4 fights. Now 4 of his past 5 fights.
Yeah.
And that's only been a year and a half, 2 years. That's not good.
If you can, watch basically all of the main card. Pretty much all of it. Cejudo and Pettis was awesome. Alvarez and Gaethje was wicked good. And then there was a fight on the prelims that was awesome too. Fucking Oliveira and Felder. That would be wicked. A good fight. That was ridiculous. That might have been the best fight. I think that was fight of the night. I think they got a bonus for that one.
It's kind of impressive because usually, people on the undercard don't get it. But
it's people just don't watch the undercard as much.
Right.
But I was gonna watch UFC anyway, and I wasn't really paying attention to the TV, so I just put it on FS1, and it just was that was the last card on the prelims, and I actually watched it, and it was fucking great. That's a fight to watch if you're gonna go back and watch one.
Word. Yeah, I watched a lot of football yesterday. Watched the Chiefs-Jets game was fantastic. I don't know if you got that one. That one was hilarious.
Throws the fucking flag.
First, the Jets were winning. The Chiefs drove down in 3 or 4 plays and took a 1-point lead with 5 minutes left. The Jets drive down. They're at the goal line with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. And every time they get brought to 3rd or 4th down, they get brought to 4th and goal, right? Chiefs get an unnecessary roughness penalty, automatic first down. Then it's 4th and goal again, and then the Chiefs get a defensive holding penalty, automatic first down again. And then it gets back to fucking 4th and goal, and the Jets are like, fuck it, we're going for it. And they fucking get the touchdown. And then they go for 2, and then there was another defensive holding, redo the play, and then they get the 2-point conversion. I have not seen a team that undisciplined in years.
Yeah.
And they did the same thing last year to the Raiders. They played the Raiders, and there were 3 straight plays where there was 0 seconds on the clock because the Chiefs kept getting called for fucking stupid penalties. 10 men on the field and shit like that, or 12
Isn't
men
that
on
division,
the field.
that division's super close right now, isn't it?
The
It's a 3-way
Chargers
tie.
the Chargers are in first place.
I thought it was a 3-way tie there.
Yeah, but the Chargers have the
strength of
tiebreaker
victory.
and the strength of victory, which is hilarious because they started the season 0-4 and they're 5-6 now, and they're just dominating everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They manhandled the Cowboys. They had 4.5 sacks. Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram are terrifying. Joey Bosa alone is terrifying.
Yeah,
He's a monster. And Phillip Rivers is playing the Phillip Rivers of old.
Gronkowski's suspended for a game.
Yeah, that was dog shit. Did you see that?
No.
He just completely...
He got a late hit. We'll show it to you on the break.
It was one of the most obvious late hits I've ever seen.
I used to love him, and I lost a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
Basically, this guy gets an interception, goes out of bounds and like slides, and he's laying on the ground, and Gronkowski gets pissed and just fucking shoulders him in the back of the head.
Yeah, he basically
knocks the
fell
guy
on him.
out.
He basically just fell on him.
Yeah.
Like, it was ridiculous.
And gave the guy a concussion. He gets a 1-game suspension and like a $300,000 fine.
He should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid. And then, oh my God, this is what I was going to say. And then
you were laughing at NFL Network? Yeah, you were telling us this.
I was eating and like I just was kind of paying attention to NFL Network, and they were talking about Eli Manning because he's been benched, and they showed highlights of Eli Manning from this week.
No way.
And it was like they played no, they played like the regular like rock music that you'd hear in the background of the highlights, right. And they showed shots of him standing on the sideline like yawning and shit. It was
so it was just like playing Sam Spence like Madden NFL menu music like and he's yawning. Jesus Christ.
But they played it like so normally, like they were talking, like they were analyzing it in the background and shit. Like it was so normal. And after it ended, like
just deadpan, not even laughing about it.
I don't think it was like on purpose. Like it wasn't supposed to be funny. Like it was just hilarious. And after it happened, like I didn't even realize like what was happening while it was happening. I was like, oh, okay, there's shots of Eli Manning. And then after it ended, I was like, were they just playing like rock music behind like shots of him standing on the sideline? And yes, they fucking were. I was dying for like 3 minutes.
Dude, I love the sports only channels. Like, I don't know if you have NBA TV.
No, I pretty much only watch NFL Network if I'm watching TV, unless I'm watching Raw or SmackDown.
NBA TV is fucking hilarious too, because sometimes they'll get former players on there, and they'll just like, this is gonna sound, I don't know, it's not prejudice, but basically like a lot of fucking NBA players, like they grew up in like the hood and shit. But they're millionaires and they're good businessmen now, but they still act and talk like they're fucking living in the hood.
Yeah.
Or living in the ghetto and like just acting tough. Kevin Garnett in particular is just, you know who Kevin Garnett is? Yeah. He's the best trash talker ever because he made Carmelo Anthony cry his rookie year. Because Melo had his girlfriend from high school and college. And she was at this game that it was Melo and the Nuggets versus Kevin Garnett, and I think he was still on the Timberwolves at this point.
Just Kevin Garnett.
Dude, he would take on Melo. He would destroy him. Basically, Kevin Garnett, one of the greatest defenders of all time, is squaring off against Melo, completely shuts him down, puts Melo on a poster and everything, and they both get ejected from the game. Melo's girlfriend, her name's, I think it's Nana. That's what they call her. Her nickname is, it's like Nikisha, and they call her Nana or whatever. He comes up to her and he goes, "Hey, I want you to just know, thanks for letting me have a spin with Nana. Her pussy tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios." And Melo freaks the fuck out and starts screaming at him, and KG's just laughing in his face the whole time. They both get ejected. So now whenever KG is on there, he's just, whatever player they're talking about, he just talks massive shit, no matter who it is. It could be Kevin Durant, LeBron,
he's an analyst, like a panel.
He has his own show called Kevin Garnett's Area 21 because he was number 21. He's just hilarious.
There's just a channel, or is it?
Yeah, it's basically NFL Network, but for the NBA, and it's like 90% of them are all former players, and it's fucking hilarious because they're all like friends and like they still shit talk each other.
Right.
Like the best is fucking NBA on TNT. Has Charles Barkley, Shaq, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Kevin Harlan.
Yeah.
And
2K does that too.
2K has the same guys. And that's literally how they are on TV.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. And there's some segments from like actual TV that they put in the game. Like, I died laughing. They were talking about Klay Thompson on the Warriors because I'm playing the Warriors in the finals right now in my GM league. And they're just like... Kevin Harlan's like, "So Shaq, where would you have Klay Thompson right now in the league as a shooting guard?" And he's just like, "I'd have him second place next to Steph Curry." And Kenny the Jet's like, "You mean first place then?" "No, second place." "Well, Steph Curry's a point guard." And Shaq's just like, "No, Steph Curry doesn't point, he shoots." And that's like an actual argument they got into. He goes, No, I mean a two guard. "Oh, two guard, Klay Thompson's the best. But if you're talking about a guard that shoots, he's the second best behind Steph because they both shoot. Just one of them plays the one. Well, the shooting guards, and then they're just going back and forth and like watching them live. Like I remember there was one year where they were arguing about where to put the Christmas tree on the set, like during the holidays. And Shaq didn't want it behind his seat because it messed with his lighting on camera. And so he would just argue all the time about where to put the Christmas tree. And apparently Charles Barkley and the other guys came in and set the Christmas tree up right behind where Shaq's seat is, and they sat there waiting for him. And he fucking sits down and looks at the camera, realizes the Christmas tree is way in the back right behind him, fucking with the lighting. He gets up and just tackles the Christmas tree and just destroys it. Dude, the NBA is to me, it's infinitely more entertaining than the NFL, but I like the NFL more. You know, I like, if I'm going to be serious about a sport, it's the NFL, but if there's, it's easier for me to just turn on a basketball game than it is for me to just turn on an NFL game.
Yeah.
I mean, really, college football.
Well, that's because they're always on.
That's a good point, too.
They're happening a lot more often.
Yeah, I think if the NBA and the NFL each had the same idea where they only play one day a week, I would still pick the NFL. But the NBA is just so fucking funny. It's mostly just entertainment. I don't know.
There's a lot less physical aggression to it. So it's more like, you know, the sort of mental aspect of it. It gets more personal, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of physicality now, though.
Yeah.
Like there's players, like a lot of players that play super physical now,
oh, yeah.
and they let you get away with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Joel Embiid on the Sixers. He's a massive guy. He's like 6'3", 280 pounds, and he's just a monster. He can shoot from anywhere on the floor. He can defend anybody he wants. And he'll trash talk the best player on the team he's getting ready to play. He'll shit talk him on Twitter. And fucking the other night he played the Pistons, and Andre Drummond was talking shit about Joel, and he's just like, yeah, whatever, we'll see you on the court. Well, Andre Drummond ends up fouling out while trying to block Joel Embiid. It's a bullshit foul, but he gets tossed out of the game for it. Joel Embiid goes up to Andre and shakes his hand, and he points to an exit sign. And, like, the fucking referees have to separate him, and Joel's just laughing his ass off. And you could hear Joel, like, his thick accent. He's just like, there's the door, Andre, there's the door. Get out of here. Like, it's just so good. The NFL people will fight each other. Like, that's the thing, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
because it is more personal.
Oh, yeah.
In that sense.
It's
like,
also way more, like, the physicality is, like, it pumps you up way more.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're getting hit. Like, you're actually getting hit.
Like, who was it, who got in the fight? Was it, it was Jalen Ramsey and AJ Green got in a fight that one game.
Well, didn't, was it
And Akeem Talib and Crabtree.
Yeah.
Because Crabtree was wearing a gold chain, and Akeem Talib, like, stuffed him on a play, and they got yelling at each other, and Akeem Talib ripped his fucking gold chain.
He did it
off.
Before, too, though.
Yep.
That's
he
why.
does it every time they play. It's hilarious. I guess this last time, Crabtree actually taped his gold chain to him, and Akeem Talib was wrestling it off him and still took it off of him.
I don't know why you're wearing a gold chain playing football in the first place. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
I see guys doing that, and it's like, what the fuck? Just take it off.
Yep.
Like, is it really that hard to
just not wear a gold chain?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like Game of Thrones, where it's their source of power. If they take off the gold chain, they're all of a sudden like a 300-year-old witch doctor or something.
Maybe.
they like have Benjamin Button's disease, and the gold chain reverses.
I'm gonna say that's unlikely.
They take away the Moonstar's power.
Christ.
Yeah, the Giants fired their head coach and their GM.
Yep. The GM's pissed, too. Because apparently he didn't want to even hire McAdoo last year, but they did it anyway. So now he fired the coach, and then apparently he went back, and the president and the owner were there, and they're like, yeah, you're done, too. And he goes, what the fucking why? You guys went behind my back and hired all these coaches and assistants. Apparently,
it all had to do with, obviously benching Eli was the last straw, really.
That was stupid.
But I don't know whose decision it was. And it was stupid.
Yep.
I don't understand why he would be the guy to take the fall for that.
And
Like,
they
it's
ended
not
his
really-
streak, too.
Yeah.
He had 211 games in a row he started. They ended a streak, and then...
And you know he's going to start again. He's going to start.
He literally
he's gonna be
is.
starting again.
They named him the starter. The new coach is...
It's almost like they did it just to fuck his streak, and then...
Yeah.
There's something fucky going on there. In the fucking front office. I don't know what it's all about. But the way they're doing... It's actually smart to do this now, because now they're going to be able to look for... like a coach and a GM now rather than after the season when everybody else is looking for one.
Right.
And they're also going to be able to get a fucking quarterback. I can see them getting Tyrod Taylor.
They're going to get Colin Kaepernick.
Kirk Cousins. Where's Cousins going to go, do you think? He already said he doesn't want to stay in Washington. And if they want a franchise tag, you know what the franchise tag is, right?
No.
Basically, if you
It
don't want
basically
to...
just buys them time to sign a contract.
But the thing is the franchise tag is the average salary of the top 10 highest salaries for that position. So for quarterback, the franchise tag is going to be ridiculous.
Huge. Yeah.
But every year you do it consecutively, it goes up like 25 or 50%. So if they wanted to franchise tag him, they'd have to pay him $32 million in guaranteed money.
Yeah, so
Because
they got to
it'd be the third year in a row.
Yeah, they'd have to just sign him
Yeah.
straight up.
And he doesn't care either way. Because either he gets franchise tagged again and makes $32 million in 16 weeks,
Yeah.
or he gets to go to a team that he wants to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
And like he's a solid quarterback. I think he's definitely above the Dalton line, top 15.
Yeah.
And I just think it's crazy that if you told me when RG3 got drafted that Kirk Cousins would be the one that was the franchise quarterback,
I know.
because RG3 was like the next big fucking thing. But his
I don't know
knees
what-
his knees exploded.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
I feel like that's gotta happen so often in football. Like
Yep.
so many people that were supposed to be like these big deals and then
Oh, yes.
never
I
pans
wonder...
out. And then,
that'd be
Marcus
interesting to look
Lattimore.
at. To look at the number one draft picks and like where they went.
Mhm.
Like what they did. It never ends up being... Like,
not
More often
Not
than
never,
not. The
but-
only thing is when a number one draft pick doesn't pan out, it's something catastrophic.
it's mostly... Yeah, because you're
Yeah.
going to build the team around it almost. Most of the time.
Because you get the number one pick out of everybody. You know how hard it is in Madden to fuck up a number one overall pick? And then you look at the NFL and it's like you're actually taking it completely seriously and you fuck it up?
Yeah, but in Madden, they also give you... They also tell you how he's going to develop.
I mean, you know what I'm trying to say, though. Like, in Madden, it's just you playing the game probably after 3 or 4 beers, getting told who to draft. In real life, you have a fucking team of scouts and analysts being like, yeah, this guy's a surefire thing. Just kidding. His knees are made of fucking balsa wood.
Yeah.
It's my second balsa wood joke in consecutive podcasts. I got an Iron Man streak going on.
Type in balsa for 20%
Type in code balsa for a deal off a bundle of balsa wood.
Balsa.
Well, like Cam Newton was number one overall. He worked out well.
Yep.
Matt Stafford is number one overall. He's gonna end up being really good. He's only 28, and he's already on pace to break every fucking passing record of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Who's another one? Aaron Donald, was he number one?
I don't remember.
Number one or number two? The only one I could think of that the Cowboys fucked up was Morris Claiborne. They picked Morris Claiborne like 4th or 5th overall, and he was dog shit up until 1 year where he was fucking all pro, and then he leaves the Cowboys to play for the Jets. So I'm just...
I mean, it's kind of lose-lose, realistically, because neither team is really going to get you anywhere.
No.
There's definitely
If the Cowboys didn't lose every person on their defense between last year and this year, and if Zeke didn't get it's really a game of ifs and injuries.
Yeah.
You know, if they didn't lose Rodgers this year, they'd be like 2nd or 3rd in the NFC.
They always have a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
And it really fucks with their team, because you can't, like, it's so hard to have a deep team. Like, it's hard to have guys that come off the bench and still are able to perform, because they're not playing every week.
That and free agency was invented to keep that from happening. Because it used to be back, like my dad was telling me back in like the 70s, 80s, and 90s, when you got drafted by a team, the only way you were going to a different team is if you were traded or cut.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So if you're above average, you're staying on that team no matter what. Then free agency happened and they lowered the salary cap. So now players can go wherever they want, really.
Right.
I mean, you have guys that, like...
you have guys like Martellus Bennett that just want to play for good teams.
that are cunts, yeah.
Like
You have
LeBron
guys
James.
like Calais Campbell that's been fucking balling out his entire career in Arizona.
But-
and all of a sudden he's like, nope, I want a ton of money, so I'm going to go to Jacksonville. But
There's
he's
a lot
still
of guys that
balling
are
out, so.
dedicated to their teams too, though. You know?
Yeah, like you have the Cowboys with like Jason Witten.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that just like to be with that organization because a lot of times the team that they get drafted to is the team they want to stay with because that's the team that gave them a chance.
Yep. I mean, look at Tim Bradley.
Yeah.
He takes pay cuts to stay with the Patriots, which is fucked.
Yeah.
But he doesn't need all the money. He has all the endorsements he could ever want, and his wife is worth like
It's because
fucking $200 million too.
It's because Belichick and Brady 69 every Wednesday night.
Guaranteed.
And then they also do it on Monday after they win. If they get a win, which is most of the time.
If they lose, they have to eat each other's asses without cleaning them first.
Yeah. No bidet.
No bidet. No baby wipes. Just full on gungy.
Dingleberries allowed.
Crocodile Dundee ass is what you're eating on Monday if you lose, Tom. Just letting you know. Stinky pits and all, baby.
We should just... this is the start of a streak, I think. Bringing up eating ass on the podcast.
And balsa wood.
Yeah.
It's clear shots, more like balsa ass podcast.
Type in ass for 20% off.
Yeah. Your Panthers are doing good this year.
Yeah, for the most
They
part.
got the wild card, I'm pretty sure, locked up. Basically between the Panthers and the Seahawks. The Cowboys can win out and still miss the wild card by like 2 games, so...
Packers are at a spot where it's like, if they string together a couple wins, they might have Rodgers come back.
Yeah.
Which is so fucked up. It's like he broke his it feels like he broke his shoulder like 2 weeks ago. Like that's what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And somehow he's like he's practicing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's probably not safe for him to play realistically.
It's over a month ago now.
It feels like it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And that's still not a lot of time.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, for sure. It's not a lot of time.
Because Tony Romo broke a clavicle and he was out for 12 weeks.
But the shit that they have now, like the just
rubber bands
to
and all
rehabilitate you and shit is
Steroids.
Electric
yeah.
tape.
Yeah. I mean, the shit they use now is ridiculous.
Copper fit.
I mean, he probably should have just played with his left hand.
Icy hot.
Dude, Hundley can't throw the ball for shit. The dude's actually trash.
Yeah, and it's funny because he's always wicked good in Madden. Another thing Madden got wrong.
Yeah. He can make plays with his feet, but that's about all he can do.
But that's not what the team is made for. The team's made for, like, spreading the offense,
Right.
spreading the ball around,
And also
spreading
making
the
plays
cheeks,
with their feet, though.
eating ass.
Because Rodgers, yeah. I mean, Rodgers can. He can move, but that's not their design. It's not their scheme.
Yeah, yeah.
He just moves because there's nothing. Like, once the play develops, if no one's open, he's going to move. And what they're good at is having guys, like, after they're done with their route, just running around and getting open. The backyard football shit. Because Rodgers is just good at finding guys.
I'm throwing bombs.
Yeah. He can fit those passes in.
Just
He's
have, him
an accurate
throw
passer.
left-handed Hail Marys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could. I mean, he does complete, like, probably 80+% of his Hail Marys.
Yeah.
It seems like
Yeah,
at
so
least.
doing it left-handed will probably only bring him down to 60, but that's still pretty darn good.
It's
Yeah.
still pretty good, dude. They act like their defense can do shit, and they can't.
We were talking about that the other day.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Okay. The rabbit hole thing, I wanted to talk about the rabbit hole.
Okay,
What do you
yeah. Yeah, you said that you spent like 2 hours just going from one thing to the next.
Yeah. Well, like, I feel like everybody has had this, but, like, you just get, like, something comes up. You're on the computer, something comes up, and you want to look it up. And when I look something up on Wikipedia, it turns into me looking up, like,
Oh,
many
that's
fucking things
every
on
time on
Wikipedia.
That's like a nightly thing, yeah.
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 So, like, Wikipedia evolved into Google Maps.
Is that why you were looking at fucking Canada earlier?
Yeah. Well, that was part of it too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somehow I ended up in North Korea.
Yep.
I was like trying to see if Street View would work and shit. Like, let's drag this little dude onto Korea and see what happens. Nothing works. And I found this fucking super fun time dog of wiener stand or something in North Korea. I was like, what is this thing? I don't know what that means. I don't know what they're selling. But obviously it's fun.
They're selling chocolates.
I sat back after like 2 hours and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Because like, I took that screenshot.
I was at work and like you're sending this message at like what, like 3 in the morning or something?
It was like 2:30.
And I'm just like, what are you doing up? You probably have to be up in the morning.
Yeah. I was like, well, how is it 2:30 now? And and I sent the screenshot. And it was the super fun time dog of wiener stand on one screen, and on the other screen I'm like listening to like The End of the World or some shit like by Blackfield. It just all came together.
I'll be back. I definitely have to shit. So
Has to shit.
I didn't shit before the podcast.
Well, that's sort of like remember when I was telling you that like I was finding stuff like searches in my YouTube history that I definitely wasn't looking at.
Yeah.
Like, yep, Jake just fell down the stairs.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just died.
I'm not gonna. Don't check on him.
What? I'm pretty sure he just fell down the stairs.
He'll be all right. What? But it was like,
holy shit!
It was like. The searches were ideas for kids' party favors, and then immediately went to thrusting techniques. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Kids getting hurt badly.
Yeah, kids getting hurt badly was in there too. In between, so it was like they went from like kid parties to kids getting hurt badly to thrusting techniques. And I was like, I don't know who did this or how it happened, but I need to change my password immediately and delete my YouTube history. Because otherwise, people are going to come questioning what's going on.
What's hilarious is that we never told you, but it was us.
Okay.
Because your YouTube account was on Wes's Xbox or his PlayStation or something. What? Somehow it was still like logged in. Okay. So we looked up a bunch of weird shit and
that's so much funnier. Because I've legitimately been believing that for months.
We were just trying to think of weird shit to search for.
Like, the thing was that, like, there's no way that you guys could have known that would show up. Like, that I would notice my YouTube history. So like...
I don't know if we even thought about that. I think we just thought it would be funny to look up stupid shit, and we just happened to be on your account. And then when you, like, explained it to us, we were like, we're just not going to tell them. This is going to be way funnier.
It's probably for the best that I didn't, like talk to you guys about it in person, because then I would have known that it was you guys.
Yeah,
like right then. Easily. So it was like just through like Facebook Messenger. It's like I wouldn't have.
Yeah, we can hold it. Yeah, Facebook Messenger. Jake's got a broken shoulder now, probably.
Probably he's out for the season.
Out for a month. Put him on IR. He probably shit his pants while he fell.
Maybe.
He's throwing out his underwear right now. I've had to do that before.
I know.
Yeah, it's fucking...
You told us on Facebook Messenger.
Probably. At certain points, it's like, if you gotta take a shit, you have to take a shit. And sometimes you don't make it. You just don't make it. So if you go in your underwear, what else are you gonna do?
Dude,
You gotta toss them. Sometimes you gotta wipe with your underwear.
I make it.
Sometimes it's just. I mean, I've pooped outside once or twice too.
I haven't had to do that either.
Oh, I definitely have. Definitely have done it, and it's not good.
No.
And
But
then
neither is holding it in, which
No.
is what I do, which is pretty bad for you.
Stands on his head, tries to get it to go back up.
Like
The
getting
gravity
the
is what fucks
toothpaste
with
back
you,
in the tube.
Yeah, that's the gravity is what fucks with you. Though I had to shit earlier.
I don't think
like,
gravity has anything to do with
it
it.
feels like it does though, because like when you stand up, it feels like it's so much worse. Like I had to shit earlier, and I was like, I kind of have to shit, and I stood up, and I was like, I definitely have to shit, because like it's like as soon as you make the adjustment, it starts to get going. It starts to slide out. That's when you start feeling it.
It's probably just like you're allowing the muscles to move in a different way than they have been.
Probably, yeah.
Dude, your stairs are so slippery.
Your slurs are so slippery.
I took one step. I caught my pant leg. I caught my pant leg on my foot, like on the heel of my foot, and just was instantly. I ended up sliding all the way to the bottom of the stairs and just stood back up. And I look around. I'm like, "What the fuck just happened?" Like I found the.
We're just like, yep, Jake just fell down the stairs. We're not even gonna go out, get up and look.
No, I figured we were gonna put you on IR anyway.
Yeah.
I ended up literally sliding all the way down on just my heels, and as soon as I hit the flat ground, I just stood back up. I was like, "What the fuck?"
I just told Brian that it was us who did the YouTube history, his YouTube history, when we were looking
the
for
thrusting techniques.
when we were looking for kids getting hurt badly and shit. He didn't know it was us.
What are you talking about? When was this?
You don't remember that?
This wasn't Saturday.
No, it was a long time
This was a
ago.
long
Oh
time ago.
yeah,
This
and
is
I
months
was
back.
typing in like
Super fucked up shit, and like he always thought someone else got into his account.
I looked up that one
Well,
video.
someone did get into my account. It just happened to be you guys.
I looked up the one video that's the camera inside the girl's vagina that is ejaculating inside of the vagina.
Oh,
It shows what ejaculation looks like on the inside. I was like, "Yep,
that's cool.
Brian will like that."
Like, none of the stuff came up on my watch it again, but it just did come up in my YouTube history.
We talked about taking dumps.
Yeah.
Definitely
Shit,
talked
did I
about that.
flush? I don't think I flushed the toilet.
Okay, careful on the stairs. He's not gonna make it. Did you flush? He doesn't know. He doesn't care.
Someone's in the bathroom already.
Yeah, they'll take care of it.
They wanted to see what you'd done.
Yeah.
I thought I did. I can't remember. I don't know. I'm still a little
Oh my
shook
God.
up.
Dude, Joey Diaz, I
I'm
listened to
still a
that.
little shook up by frickin' completely bypassing stairs. Like, I don't even. It happened so fast. Like I took a step and all of a sudden it was just down the stairs.
Like, he kind of does have some steep stairs. You know,
Yeah, they're
there's not-
steep.
Yeah.
Well, some of them are huge. The other ones aren't.
No, they're all pretty much the same.
No,
Yeah,
they're not.
they're
the,
just
the, the top stair is taller than the rest of them.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Mm-mm.
Get the ruler.
Go measure it.
Dude,
Get the
no.
tape measure out.
Like I almost like I feel like I'm having an anxiety attack. I don't want to go back down the stairs.
Someone's gonna have to carry you, dude.
I take a step and it's just, and I made it to the basement.
To clear shots first.
His dad comes up and he's just like, someone's got to come down here and flush this. And you're like, I can't go down the stairs.
I think I did. I can't remember. I think I did. I don't know.
How do you not flush?
How do you
That's-
recover from this?
I feel like that's part of the thing. I was listening to the Tom Segura podcast with Joey Diaz, and he was talking about how his wife caught him one time in the shower taking a shit and throwing the turd into the toilet because he didn't want to get out of the shower and take a dump and then get back in and start from scratch. And the image of Joey Diaz standing in his shower with a turd in his hand throwing it towards the toilet, it fucking killed me, dude. That's so funny. I mean, he's right. No one wants to. I mean, once you get in the shower and you realize you have to shit, you're not going to start from scratch.
No, you just finish in a hurry and, get out.
He was talking about how
you get out of the shower, you take a shit, you go back in the shower. What?
No.
Yeah.
No, that's way too much work.
He
was talking about how he just takes a dump and then shoves it down the fucking drain.
Yeah, I remember that too. That's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, that's bad.
His wife bought like a package of snakes for the drain because he ruined the drain. And then he was saying that one of the bathrooms you can't even take a shower in after he takes a shit because the drain will end up clogging because the toilet and the shower use the same drain, and if you try and take a shower within like an hour of him taking a shit, when you get in the shower, shit and piss just comes up through the drain.
Oh my god.
That's gotta be awful.
Is that what fat guy shits are like? They're just absolutely vile.
He says he destroys
I don't know. I don't
destroys
think
the
I've ever been
bathroom.
that fat.
No, me neither. He's ginormous.
I don't think I've ever
I'm
taken a
thankful
shit
for
that devastating. I have ones that feel like they're huge. Like they feel huge, and then you look at them and you're like, "What the fuck just happened?" There's nothing
What is
there.
this? A shit for ants?
Yeah, essentially.
You got to take prune juice. Take
kind of-
prune juice.
You gotta?
Drink prune juice like once every week or so, and that is enough fiber to keep you regular. I do prune juice mixed with cranberry juice.
I don't know, dude. It's just kind of bullshit. Like, I get
Like,
pissed.
Why isn't it just called plum juice, is my question.
Because it's not made out of plums.
Prunes are plums.
Yeah, I know,
They're the same
but
thing.
you wouldn't call raisin juice grape juice just because raisins are grapes.
Yeah, but you don't ever
Yeah, but
have
like-
raisin juice. There's no juice in raisins.
Yeah,
They're dried
it-
grapes.
Yeah, prunes are
That's the
dried
whole point.
plums.
Now I know that.
So what juice are they getting out of it?
Yeah, what
The
juice
juice
are
that they already
getting
got
out
out of the plum.
No,
That's
they're,
it.
they're blending the prune juice and making a concentrate and adding water to it.
Well, where are they getting the prune juice?
No, it's
They're
It's-
blending
it's-
the prune
yeah,
and not the juice that they took out of it? That's what
It
you're
would be
getting at?
plum juice.
it's
is
a
what it would
prune
be.
concentrate with water in it.
I'm not-
Google
I'm
it.
not
Why is
buying
it called prune
I'm
juice
not
and
buying
not
it.
plum juice? Jesus.
I'm not buying it.
Plums are delicious, prunes are not, if that doesn't explain it enough.
Prunes aren't bad.
You like raisins too, I bet then.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not
I fucking
buying it.
hate
Dude.
raisins. I hate craisins. I hate prunes.
I haven't had raisins.
You don't like oatmeal raisin cookies?
I don't even like oatmeal cookies.
I haven't had raisins in so long. Like since like middle school lunch.
Prune juice is made from different varieties of plums than the normal plums you get at a grocery store. These varieties are called prunes. The main difference is that they are freestone plums. The pit is easier to remove. That's obviously useful for dried fruit and juice where you want the pit removed during manufacturing. So prune juice is plum juice. It's just more of a precise term. Like calling it Granny Smith juice instead of apple juice because apple juice is made out of Granny Smith apples. If you didn't know that.
Yeah, but
I didn't know that.
But they don't get specific with it. They don't call it Granny Smith juice, so why would they call it prune juice? They should just call it plum juice. And
Because Granny Smith is a specific type of apple that you make the juice out of, and prunes are just another name for a type of plum.
yeah, but it's the type of plum that they make the juice out of.
Yeah,
Wait,
and
what?
they're called prunes. Prunes are also dried plums.
Yeah, but they don't call apple juice Granny Smith juice.
Oh my god.
It says they're
So,
now.
so that argument is like the opposite.
It says they're now officially named dried plums. There's no such thing as prunes anymore.
Yep. Dried plum juice.
Can you lose weight by drinking prune juice? Click that one.
It's something of an anomaly, dude. You're fucking right.
See, that's what I said. You puree and liquefy prunes and add them to water or
Okay.
something. That's why so what I said before is why it's called prune juice.
It probably won't encourage weight loss, it says.
No, because it's too much fiber.
Well, yep. Goes to Reddit.
What does it say? Did that say 12 grams of fiber per 8 ounces? Look at that. What's a cup?
8 ounces.
Yep.
Yep. It's a lot of sugar, too, though.
Nah, that's a lot. Is that prunes or plums? Or prune juice? It says
that's
1
prune
cup.
juice.
It says 1 cup pitted. Juice isn't pitted. Look up.
Scroll up.
Scroll up. I think that's
Scroll
prunes
up.
is what it... Yeah, it's
Oh,
prunes,
prune.
not prune juice.
Okay.
Plums are delicious, though, dude. Oh my god, I love plums.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I like
Sometimes
plums.
they just taste like water. Like, they no flavor whatsoever.
My dad bought these
yeah,
cute
it's-
little
it's-
peaches.
When they're too soft, it's kind of like just way too... There's not as much flavor. Like, you have to get them, like, right at the right spot.
When I went to Turkey, like the hotel we were staying at, I don't know if it was the hotel was supplying this stuff or if it was like my brother's wife's family like supplying it and would just bring it over every morning or something. I have no idea. I was never awake for it, but
Slept the entire time. It was in Turkey.
Well, yeah, he was jet lagged.
Yeah, it's a good sleeping spot.
yeah, it's
Well,
great.
Turkey does make you tired, all the tryptophan and stuff.
Yeah. So
Good point.
like there were just these like fruit baskets that had like a bunch of like plums in it, and like legitimately the best plums I've ever had. Like, we don't get that kind of stuff here in America.
No, we get freeze dried plums that they
Yeah.
freeze dry and then put them back into a humidifier and then
They
There you
spray
have
them.
it.
They spray them with
There you have it.
chemicals.
they spam.
Yeah.
They spam them. You guys ever have spam?
Yeah,
No,
Is it good?
it's not the worst thing.
I've never had it. It looks and sounds bad. So-
It looks worse than it is, I think.
Isn't
But-
it like just canned bologna?
It's like canned.
It's like canned ham.
It's like a canned General meat, like just a meat. That's what I see it as. It's just some fucking meat
Yeah.
that doesn't actually exist.
Like, honestly, like, if you're gonna eat, like, hot dogs, then I guess, like, Spam really isn't any worse.
No,
Hot dogs are great though.
Yeah.
I don't care where they come from. They taste really good.
I mean, I guess what's
It-
weird
like,
is that like
it-
hot
it's,
dogs.
It's more appetizing packaging. Sort of, because it's like, you have, like, a can of something where you're, like, you have to, like, cut around the edges, and it, like, just, it's, like, splats out.
I guess.
Or, like, a
but
hot dog is just, like, this is designed to be eaten.
Is it any better though? Because like one looks like a dick, and then the other is just is a clump of meat. Like which one's really better?
Well, dicks aren't that bad.
I guess
Just because something looks like a dick doesn't mean it's bad.
it's a meat.
It's designed to fit in your mouth hole.
Yeah, it really is.
Corn dogs are bad. I'll say that now.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
In general.
I've made them at home, and I think that they're good. But, like, I've never gotten one somewhere and been like, this is great.
Nope. See, I can't even get hot dogs anywhere and be excited like a ball game. Nope.
Well, hot dogs are like weird though because like they taste totally different from certain places.
Yeah.
Like you can get a hot dog
Like a
if
Hoffman hot dog.
yeah, if you get like a Ballpark Frank, it's
Or-
totally a
Or an
different
Oscar
taste.
Mayer, or a Zweigels, or a Nathan's.
Yeah, they're totally different things.
Yeah.
They're still hot dogs.
Zweigels is what we get at work. They're just so bad.
And then there's
Yeah.
conies.
I like Coney's.
That's the spicy ones, right?
Yeah.
What is
They're also called Mr. Snappies.
what
I
is
found
the
that out.
difference though? What is the real like?
Different seasonings.
Yep.
That's it.
It might be like slightly different meat wise, but I think it's the same, honestly.
I think Coney's
it's
is a
just
way
different
It's,
ways
it's like a lot of white pepper and garlic.
Plus, it sounds different. Why don't they just call them hot dogs? like it's not like
'cause-
other foods just because of the seasoning that they have. They don't give them different names.
Okay, well then just call every pizza pizza just because you put different seasonings and
It
toppings
is.
and stuff.
Yeah, but like
It-
you describe different sausages differently, like based on what seasonings you put in it.
Yeah, but
A
that's...
coney is a hot dog, but they just call them conies. It's like a slang term mostly.
Yeah.
Is it really a slang term?
Yeah, it's like an
Yeah.
it's like an epithet.
Started at Coney Island.
Doesn't search? What is that? What is that? What is that?
Dude, Xbox. Get with it.
Don't say that, because now you're gonna...
Xbox,
Get
Google Conies.
That won't work. Microsoft doesn't have that technology. I don't think Cortana even does that.
Xbox, Bing Conies.
I'm pretty sure that didn't work. Bing
Crashes.
Bing is the only thing that works.
Bing's the search engine, right?
Yes. I don't think I've ever actually used it. Like, I feel like it gives you way worse results.
I feel like it's the default for Internet Explorer.
Mm-hmm.
So I only use it when I'm searching something that I don't want to search on my
No,
main.
it's not a. It's CONEYS.
Coney, like Coney Island.
Yeah.
I guess. Coney.
A
Wait,
rabbit.
Did they pronounce it for us?
Coney. Coney. Coney.
It's either a rabbit or a small grouper fish. What? Those are so different.
Those are not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Search like Coney hot dog.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it. Maybe they're not really called conies, and we just... Maybe it is slang. It must be slang.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's not the actual definition.
Hot dog white.
Coney Island hot dog. There it is. Wait, hold on. There we go. So this guy just opened up a hot dog stand, and that was that. I guess. That's the full story.
Yep.
Why do they call it a coney dog?
It's a good question.
Coney Island. There you go. That's it.
That's where it was created, and that's why they call it
It was
that.
made in Detroit
But
or Michigan.
it says
This popular food got its start in Michigan. The hot dog was created in New York, but it got
okay.
its... Wait, what?
The hot dog was created in New York, but for some reason,
It started
conies.
in Michigan.
So then, shouldn't
So they-
regular hot dogs be called conies?
I don't know.
This whole thing, dude.
We got into a rabbit
I can't
hole.
believe we. This is
Well, it's kind of like
We got into a coney hole.
yeah. Pretty soon we'll be on Google Maps looking at Coney Island.
What are the numbers, Mason? What do they mean?
But it's kind of like pizzas in a way, because a lot of people, like, when they think of pizzas, they think of Italy.
Wasn't pizza invented in New York?
No,
Or America.
pizza was invented in Greece.
Well, that's dumb.
When I think of pizza, I think of like
Brooklyn
slices
pizzas.
of pizza.
I think of like a nice flat.
Whoa, dude.
I don't really think of a place. I think of a food more than anything.
What
I
other
guess.
foods like that?
What other foods like what?
Where you like Chinese food that you get in America isn't actually from China. It's like
Yeah, it's a like real bastardization of Chinese food.
Yeah.
yeah, it's fucked,
Yeah.
but it's way better.
Is it though?
I've never had real Chinese food.
You've never
so
been to China, so it's hard to say.
I'm
that.
not gonna eat crickets and shit.
I'd try it.
You ever see Idiot Abroad? They eat fucking scorpions. I'd try a scorpion. And a cricket.
but-
I don't know. I'm not gonna fucking order delivery. Oh, we got fucking.
But it's a
fried
weird.
crickets.
It's a weird
Fucker.
standard
But like
that we
if,
have, though.
like if I was like, if I went over to like a different country and they had like one of those like sort of like outdoor things where they have all the different like little food stand things
like
set up,
dead ducks hanging from hooks and shit.
like I would be like, I'd be trying all sorts of shit.
But isn't it? It's just weird to me that we think that chickens and shit are okay to eat, but those other things aren't.
What, like dogs?
Like, why do we? Yeah, even dogs. Like, why? Like, why does it just because society has been built that way?
Yes.
Like, it's just weird.
Well, they don't.
There's your answer. Yes.
Yeah, but I guess that is the answer. But it just still doesn't make sense. Like,
Just give me a steak.
but like, I feel like if you look at any animal that you're about to eat, it's not appetizing because you're looking at the fucking animal.
Yeah.
Like, because most people eat meat because they don't
Fish.
see where it comes from.
No,
They just
fish.
eat the fucking.
You look at fish and you're like, yeah, that looks like a good fish to eat.
I don't.
Chickens.
I don't like that much seafood. Some of it, but
Lobster. You look at a live lobster before you cook it. That's a good lobster to eat.
lobster looks
Yeah,
fucking
I think
gross.
I think that's like, yeah, I think that's kind of different though, because like you don't see, like, you know, the pig as, like, even the ham, which is probably the closest thing that resembles the pig itself, of like the pork products that you get out of a pig. You don't look at the pig and be like, yeah, that's what I want to eat.
Yeah.
You
'Cause
wait
he's
until it's
rolling around
like,
in mud and shit. Like,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
that appetizing. Shit and mud.
or like fur or feathers or scales on it. You're like, you're not immediately thinking, you know, that's gonna be in my mouth.
But it is.
Yeah, but it's not your immediate thought.
No, but it's like, you know, you can still be excited about it. If you see a fucking truck transporting a bunch of pigs and it just like, oh, that's going to be a ton of bacon. That might be my bacon soon. Can't wait. Applewood.
But how
baby.
come, like, if there was a truck, if there was, if there was a truck transporting a bunch of people, and you were like, "Oh, that's gonna be in my mouth soon," like, why isn't that a double
You act
standard?
like I don't. You act like I don't say that. Like when I see like a bus, like when I see the D bus and I see all those fucking
They're gonna be in
21,
my mouth
22-year-old
soon.
girls. I'm like, oh, she's gonna be in my mouth soon. Or I'm gonna be in her mouth soon. It's the same idea. You guys just have a different reality than I do, really.
Yeah, we all have different realities.
I'm just saying, you guys were talking about there isn't an animal that you look at that you're like, oh, that looks good. So I came up with examples. I'm not saying every animal I look at, it looks appetizing. I just came up with examples: fish and lobster,
okay.
and crab.
I guess.
Like, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm saying that I disagree.
Yeah, I don't
With
think lobster
like,
looks good.
Lobster looks delicious. The fucking big
doesn't.
meaty claws.
Like,
It doesn't look good to me.
big meaty claws.
Exactly. Lobster.
They aren't just for attracting mates. But so yeah. Anyways,
Here's where we devolve.
yeah.
Here's where we derail everything.
But like, I don't see like the shell of the lobster and think, oh, that's gonna taste good. But like when you crack it open, I think that's fine.
No, you're just dissecting what I'm saying.
But you don't eat the shell.
That's what we do, is dissect what each other's saying.
So
Yeah, that's the whole point.
That's conversation, dude.
I'm not saying it's not. What I'm saying is, you look at a lobster, you're like, okay, yep, I know exactly what I'm getting out of this. It looks delicious. I'm not saying you're going to eat every inch of the lobster either. I'm saying if you make a lobster, it has fucking big-ass claws and a big-ass fucking tail. You're like, I can't wait to take the rubber bands off that thing, plop it in a pan, or whatever, a pot, boil it till it dies, and then crack it open and eat it.
I guess, but
Yeah,
I don't
that's what I'm
think-
saying. I'm not saying I
but-
eat the shell of a lobster. You look at the parts of it that are going to be like, that's good. Lobsters have eyes. I'm not going to eat the eyes of it just because the shell, the claw looks
what
good.
we're saying
other
is,
things with-
we see the outside of it as is, and we don't immediately correlate that with what we're getting out of it.
Well, that's dumb.
I don't see, like... There's other animals with claws and tails that I don't think the same way of.
Yeah, but lobsters aren't those other animals.
So they're in a
Lobsters
league
are
of their
basically
own.
just big bugs.
They're in a league of their own, is what you're saying.
Yeah, lobster is the best. So
They're top tier, and you get to boil them alive.
yeah, it's fucking metal.
It's even more brutal than anything else we're talking about.
It's the most brutal thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I don't think we've gone.
But I don't look at a pig and go, oh, he's got a nice rump. Can't wait to roast it. No, you're right on the pigs,
Right.
and cows and stuff, but you're wrong on the lobster.
I just don't see.
All right?
I wasn't saying that there was an issue with what you said. I was
That's
just saying that I
that's all
disagreed
I wanted
with
to
it.
hear.
I think there's an issue.
Score one for the boys back home.
I still think there's an issue. I just don't get what qualifies it as.
Qualifies?
Yeah.
I definitely don't want koala.
I don't think a koala.
You'll get-
But it has claws and it probably has a tail, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean when I say the claws and the tail of a lobster.
Yeah.
You're
Claws.
acting. It's like you're acting ignorant about it on purpose.
No, I'm just saying I don't see what about a lobster is appetizing.
Oh, you don't like lobster?
I don't see what visually it would give me an appetizing.
I think it's because you don't get there's no fur on a lobster, and you can't have a lobster as a pet. You can't domesticate lobsters. So there's not that connection there, like that humane thing. Where if I go to the store and I buy a lobster, I'm just like, you're going to pick out the ones with the biggest claws and the biggest tail.
But what about why? But people probably think that about crickets in fucking China.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. Like, so why is it any different? Like, just because, like, you wouldn't eat a cricket, you're saying?
No,
If you
I
went
think
to
I would
crack,
try
okay.
it if I had to, but I wouldn't. You won't see an average American going out and buying crickets at the market. Too.
Well, it's not an American thing.
No.
Yeah.
I guess it could be if we
Let's
decided
get on
to
it.
do that. Yeah.
Well, people do. They get like cricket. They,
We buy out Cricket Wireless next to Subway and just turn it into Cricket fucking like gourmet crickets.
I know people that do that. They're not buying out Cricket Wireless, but I know people that buy they get like Cricket protein online.
I mean, it would at least
They
make
mix
sense.
it with their drinks, which I can't imagine how that tastes good at all. It's like just ground up crickets.
It's not about how it tastes, though. It's about what they're getting out of it more.
Yeah,
I would
that's
say.
also true. That's why they eat dogs. And
What's
scorpions. Because you can breed the fuck out of bugs.
Yeah, that's true.
So they.
I guess the people just don't feel as bad about killing bugs because
No.
everyone fucking kills a bug like once a week, like almost.
And like lobsters and crabs are just big bugs.
It is odd that like people will not hesitate to kill a fly, but they would be super hesitant to kill a fucking like cat or something.
Imagine if a fly was the size of a cat, though.
Right.
That'd be another thing.
I would want
what's-
to kill it way more.
Yeah,
I'd
I
be
guess so.
terrified.
But it's just a weird way that we've established that.
I think it's because flies don't have anything to offer. And plus, there's so many of them.
I guess.
And they're
but
wicked
fucking
tiny and
do
they're annoying.
cats, what do cats have to offer? They're fucking pain in the ass, dude. Fuck
They're
cats.
basically just furniture you feed.
Yeah. They're assholes. More or less. I don't think I've seen like maybe 2 cats ever that are like decent.
Spaghetti.
Yeah.
And
That's it.
yeah, that's it, actually. He's the only cat that's ever been a good cat.
Pie face.
Oh yeah.
Is that your cat?
Pie face.
No, that was the
was
cat
Beef.
from 4th Street back when the Perpetual Burn boys were living there.
Yeah. I remember that.
It's been a long time since I've had to remember that name.
Holy shit. Yeah. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Pie face or perpetual burn?
Pie face.
Is
Both.
he dead now?
I have no idea.
He's probably getting up there. Who, Perpetual Burn?
Pie face.
Yeah, Perpetual Burn's dead, dude.
Yeah, I'm not a cat person. I think it's they're very individual. Like, they're very, like...
Independent.
Yeah, independent.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. They're
Like,
not...
I don't mind them by any means, but it's
Like,
just like
it's
just not my preference.
Right. Yeah, I feel like I would much rather have a dog. Like, they're more of a companion. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a cat is just...
You don't hang out with a cat. You can hang out with a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, a cat hangs out with you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and then they walk away after
Yeah.
2 minutes. If you're lucky to get 2 minutes out of it.
Like every time that I would like fall asleep at like Wes's house though, like legitimately spaghetti would end up like on top of me and like just staying there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's permanently high. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that's the solution. Just get your cats permanently
That's the
high.
Pretty much.
solution.
Yeah,
Get your
pretty
cats
much
wicked
just
baked
locked
all the
in.
time. The first like 12 weeks of their life, and then they're just great. Dogs are wicked annoying though, too. Though, like my dog's fucking annoying as shit. My dog's like half the size of Sandy.
Yeah.
It's because it's a small dog.
Well, I mean, it's like
Small dog,
They're
more
just
annoying.
they're just garbage.
it's about how like what you let them do too. You know?
Yeah.
I think they are more easily influenced by humans, like the way they're domesticated.
Mhm.
I feel like they can understand people more than cats, maybe. It seems like it, at least. They definitely listen to commands better than cats do.
I don't even think cats. No, they don't even.
No, because they'd rather be outside looking for fucking shit to kill.
Yeah.
Because that's their instinct.
Yep. They're much more recently domesticated, so I wonder how much of an impact that has on it.
I mean,
people have been domesticating dogs for thousands of years, where
Right.
cats, I don't imagine that they have been.
and cats can fuck you up, too. Like, if they get pissed, they'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna play around. They are not playing games, dude.
I'm fucking terrified of cats.
Fuck
sometimes.
cats. Fuck
Fuck
cats.
them. They can fuck off.
Nah, they don't terrify me, but like,
Well, you're not allergic to cats. That's the thing.
you're allergic to cats?
No, I'm saying you're allergic to dogs, so
I'm not allergic to dogs.
No, he's allergic to chocolate, just like a dog is, though.
I thought you were allergic to dogs, too.
No, Sean is.
I'm allergic to cats.
Oh. One of you is allergic to something.
No,
He's definitely...
The only thing I'm actually allergic to is like a couple like penicillin-based medicines.
Penicillin-based chocolate.
But like I have an intolerance to chocolate, so like I can't consume like
More than a quart.
chocolate.
more than 32 ounces of chocolate at a time.
no
Once
like
you get
Just
to
a fucking big thing of you. Like
it's,
fucking...
it's like lactose intolerance, but with chocolate rather than milk.
Oh yeah, my sister's that with milk.
My sister is that.
I can't imagine being lactose intolerant, dude.
Yeah, I'd hate that.
Imagine
I
being
drink so
allergic-
much milk.
Imagine being allergic to peanuts. My friend Dan's
That'd be
allergic
awful,
to he's allergic to peanuts. And
I hear that's
hazelnuts
really
and almonds
bad,
and shit.
too.
Yeah,
If you fuck that up, it's bad.
I think he can have
Yeah.
peanuts, but he can't have tree nuts. Like we bought
But I'm
Yeah,
sure
peanuts
you
are
get...
legumes.
yeah.
I'm sure you get used to any allergy, though. You just get used to living with it. It's just a normal thing. Like, it's like you could get used to living without anything. You just get into
Except
that routine.
affection.
But like certain things certain things have to be like so hard to monitor. Like I was talking to a girl who was like she's saying that she was allergic to cinnamon. And it's just like how many things like have a little bit of cinnamon in it?
Everything I cook has cinnamon in it.
Like pretty much. Like if you're like you have to be skeptical of like every dessert type item that you have. Like there's just so much. Like any like snack food type things.
But so you could be potentially allergic to anything.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
Yeah, there's a
pretty
guy
much.
I know that's allergic to his own sweat.
So if you're what?
Yeah, he takes a medication that keeps him from sweating.
He just rubs antiperspirant around his whole body.
Every-
every
Well,
morning.
like he can't fucking like
Hot dog history.
if he wants to. He
Sorry.
can't like do anything really. He can't work out. If he works out, he has to make sure he takes his medication or whatever, and it doesn't keep him from sweating, but it severely suppresses it. But then he overheats, so he's constantly warm. Like I've seen this guy walk around outside in the winter with like a tank top and shorts
You
on.
can't
because
just
he can't.
use like have water and use that because that's what sweat is. It's just used to
I don't know.
cool
I
you
don't-
down. Like it's just an
He's
evaporation.
like
thing.
he's my neighbor.
He's just
I don't know. I
constantly
don't see him all the
showering.
time.
Essentially, it's like a perpetual shower.
Yeah.
He brings like a portable shower head. It's just pouring on him all the time. He's got one of those fans with the
spritzer?
super horrible the horrible blades on it, the foam blades. And it's like, and it does nothing. It just sprays hot water on you. It sprays warm water on your face.
What's the other one? The Harlequin babies, where their skin, they're born inside out. You ever see that?
I don't think so. Seems terrible.
Yeah, they're born like fucking inside out or something.
What does that have to do with allergies?
There's true. There's a kid I knew that was allergic to grass.
What happens if you're allergic to corn though? You can't eat jack shit.
True. Corn syrup.
You can eat the syrup. It's not the corn.
Like I would imagine with the quantity of like corn that's in people's diet, like already, like when you're like the mother is like eating food to like you nurture the fetus.
You just miscarried instantly.
Like maybe
like
either you're gonna be affected by it then, or you're gonna come out like with super intolerance to
born inside out.
Whatever.
Gentlemen, I bring you corn.
What was it called?
Harlequin baby syndrome.
Harlequin baby
because they look like Harlequin puppets.
That sounds horrible.
Oh, it is. It's fucking terrifying. There's only been like maybe like half a dozen that have lived past like the age of 3. Jesus. And they look fucking terrifying.
God, just do an image search, dude.
Why do I want? I don't want to see that shit. That's
do it.
Terrifying.
No, do it.
Like that's all we're like.
Disordered.
It's the only reason you should be googling it right now is to get an image.
Images
seems very risky.
That's what she looks like. Look at that shit.
God, no.
Look at that. That's what they're born.
That looks like a demon spawn, dude.
Yeah.
That is fucking horrifying. Oh my god.
Yep.
Dude, that's fucked up. It looks like they were born underwater or some shit. Like they're just something from like the Mariana Trench.
Yeah.
like they that girl in the corner with the hair. It's not. She doesn't really have any hair. That one, yeah, too.
Of course, yeah.
But she doesn't have any sweat glands, and she has to constantly like bathe in oils and lotion because she just blisters up and like starts bleeding and shit.
My god, dude.
Their sex organs and stuff don't work. Like nothing. Like look how fucked that is.
Can't imagine you using them.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Look how happy he is to see one. That guy loves it. That guy's a big fan.
India's first. Here we go. Yep.
I'd rather be allergic to corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too. I feel like
Yeah.
Those are my options.
Are people really allergic to latex, or do they say that to not use condoms? You ever met anybody that's actually allergic to latex? I haven't. I mean, I tell women I am, so I don't have to use condoms. I don't know anybody that actually is. She's like, perfect. I have lambskin condoms. I'm like, I can't. Vegan.
I'm vegan too.
Yeah.
You also tell them you had a vasectomy as well.
That's normally the first thing I tell people. But
well, see, I don't tell any women about my herpes because I automatically assume that every woman I sleep with has herpes.
Yeah,
and eventually they will. Give me like 3 or 4 pumps and she's all set.
A couple of thrusts.
Yeah. But
and that's ball game.
Yep.
What are you?
I took the thing off on accident, and I'm trying to rotate this part around so I don't cut my mouth open.
Classic can move.
Yep. More like can't move.
You're not supposed to pull that off.
Well, I didn't do it on purpose. I did pull it off, though. I pulled it off pretty well.
Nice. Way to pull it off, dude.
Thanks.
The only time I take those things off is like when there's a bunch of people around and everybody has the same drinks. Mm-hmm. Then you can kind of see whose is yours, like which one is yours.
Whose is yours?
Well, the best part is if I see somebody take off this I take it off everybody else's cans. So that way, you never know. You have to be more aware.
Nah.
The best Canada has to offer: Canadian water, prairie barley, no preservatives.
As soon as someone else cracks open the same drink that I got, I just have to give up.
I'm just like, well, fuck. Just dump it. Here, you can have this one too.
You know what? Fine.
Yeah.
You have it.
Yep. That's what it comes down to, really.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to.
What else do you think people lie about being allergic to? Mondays.
I think it's pretty obvious if anyone says that they're allergic to a day of the week.
Homosexuals and transgenders. I'm sure people say that nowadays.
I'm allergic to... Probably.
I would imagine most people are allergic to bullshit.
Yeah, but that... I feel like...
Like, I don't think it would go down well, at least.
I'm allergic to work.
An allergy
I'd buy
is
it
just...
if they say they're allergic to bullshit. I won't put bullshit near them.
Yeah. That's the way to go.
Like
though,
raw or
all the time.
processed bullshit.
Either way.
Because some people can have, like raw
Bullshit.
products, but not processed products. I can't remember there's somebody I work with. I can't remember what it is.
I thought that was just a paleo thing.
He can't. I don't.
It's a lifestyle.
There was somebody at the manor that can't have. They can have raw tomatoes, but they can't have cooked tomatoes or ketchup or anything like that. But they can eat like a tomato. Like if you make it like a BLT, they're fine. But if you cook a tomato or give them ketchup, it's not. It's something to do with a chemical that
they use.
That they used to, or something that gets released when you cook a tomato, maybe.
It's those GMOs, dude. I fucking BLTs are the shit. So
they really are. You know what's even better is a chicken barbecue BLT. Now we're talking.
Just give me the contents, sans the bread.
Yeah, but it's toast. It's toast.
But it's
I
toast.
thought you like toast.
You like toast, don't
True.
you?
Yeah. It changes the texture entirely. So
it does.
it's got to be thoroughly toasted.
Do you like it golden toasted?
Brown.
Golden brown. Yeah.
Yeah. Not burnt, but golden.
I mean, yeah.
Do you eat bagels ever? Either of you?
Occasionally.
Do you use the bagel setting on your toaster? Because I just figured out how to use it, and it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes the outside of the bagel crispy, but the inside of the bagel like squishy.
Yeah.
Huh.
I do it for
I use it, but then I go overboard, and it's like burnt on the top, and then
I don't
like toast. through
I don't usually eat like just a bagel. Like I usually will get I'll make scrambled eggs and bacon and then make a sandwich.
I just do like a shitload of cream cheese.
See, I do everything bagels with just butter.
Fucking love cream cheese. I could eat just
Which one's cream cheese? Is that the sweet one?
Like the Philadelphia.
Oh, I can't. I do that with cooking though. I put cream cheese in my macaroni and cheese. That's delicious.
That's too much cheese.
What? Don't ever say that ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's cream cheese.
There's no such
same.
thing as too much cheese.
Yeah, but cream cheese it ruins it. It's not the same thing.
You put in like a tablespoon of cream cheese, and then you put in a bunch of other cheeses.
It ruins almost everything it's on, basically.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It does.
No.
Get the fuck out of here.
It does.
Do you like cottage cheese?
I'm really not a big fan.
I don't
either. I like ricotta.
It's not like I have cottage cheese,
but there are certain things that my family will make that uses cottage cheese that I love. Like there's this one thing that's it's got mandarin oranges in it and pineapple.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's
Dude, mandarin oranges are the shit. I could eat so many of those.
What the fuck do they call it? Is it ambrosia salad?
It's like
salad?
ambrosia, but it's a little bit different because we don't use the marshmallow. that's in ambrosia.
Right.
They should just.
You like mandarin oranges too?
Dude,
Does
so
everybody
good.
like mandarin oranges?
They're so
It's hard to not like mandarin oranges.
Yeah. I'm just gonna get mandarin orange juice.
You know what I found out is that if you buy mandarin oranges, 99% of the time they're stored in pear juice. Because pear juice isn't acidic, nor is it basic. It's more neutral than orange juice is. So it doesn't ruin the flavor, and it preserves it longer.
Huh.
No, we never talk about pears. Nobody ever talks about pears.
Yeah. They look weird.
We never talk about pears. What is wrong with us?
Pears are really good. They do look funny.
Pears are good.
Yeah.
They're a little funky, like texture.
What I've found is like the ones that look like, yeah, this looks like a good pear.
Are the bad pears.
They're not the good ones.
Yeah.
It's the ones that look fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like bananas that are like green, like towards the green side.
Like
It's weird,
the less ripe, the better.
Yeah, like I don't really like a actually ripe banana. Like I like the green because it has a different flavor. Like it has like not fucking green, but like it has to have like a green tint.
As soon as they're yellow, I feel like they're just mushy.
Yeah, they are.
I don't want that.
I mean? Jake eats them brown. Like, fucking,
I do.
like, I love the
I like it. I like it spotty.
He got so silent that we know, and like we're just glancing over at him.
I eat them like spotty brown.
He loves it. He loves Brown Town.
Brown Town is Flavor Town. What other fruit could we talk about?
Yeah, I think we're running out of fruits.
No, apples.
We already talked about
Honey
Granny
Crisp.
Smith juice.
Yeah,
so.
Granny Smith can fuck off. I never liked a Granny Smith. Yeah, any of the quote unquote delicious apples are dog shit. Like Red Delicious is bad.
I feel like most fruits are just fucking wicked good. Like, I don't know. And it's crazy that like something natural is that good. Like realistically.
It's really not that crazy. But
No, it
is.
It's just very American.
It's kind of crazy though. Because like most of the shit that we eat is like a combination of a bunch of shit. When like just a fucking piece of fruit is that fucking delicious.
Yeah.
It's kind of just weird to
Like
me.
for some reason it's viewed as being more work. Because it's...
Pomegranates are more work though.
Well, yeah. Some of them are, for sure.
Fucking grapes are fucking delicious.
Yeah.
And you can eat, like, I feel like I would never stop eating grapes. Like, if I had a big, like, thing.
I wish it was easier to find, like, seedless Concord grapes. Because, like, Concord grapes are wicked good, but they have so many, like, little annoying seeds.
Yeah. I haven't had those in a long time.
Are those the
Aren't
big
they?
ones?
They're darker, aren't they?
No, they're like, super dark.
Yeah.
Like, they're the ones that you make the grape juice from.
Mm. See, I like the white grapes, the big ones.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's green ones. What is the fucking difference, though? Like, I don't understand.
Some of them are tougher.
Yeah.
I don't know. The only fruit I really don't like is... Oh, wait, that's not even a fruit.
What?
I was going to say cauliflower.
I like cauliflower.
I don't like cauliflower. Blueberries and raspberries are good. Oh, no, I don't like mango.
Like...
I don't mind mango. What's
I like some
cantaloupe, dude.
Oh, and honeydew.
I can't do cantaloupe.
No, which one is the good one? Is it honeydew melon? Which one's the green one?
That's
Isn't that honeydew?
That's honeydew.
That's what I like.
Yeah, I like honeydew.
I don't like
Cantaloupe is
cantaloupe. Cantaloupe has a weird texture.
Yeah, it's very weird.
It's got a weird smell too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Honeydew melon's fantastic.
I mean,
Watermelon,
I'll eat it though. Like, I'll eat it if it's in like fruit salad.
Or like
I can
you
handle
get
it.
like an hors d'oeuvre, get a little toothpick.
But I ain't eating fucking cantaloupe.
I ain't
I'm
buying
not
a
gonna-
cantaloupe. Nope.
Yeah.
No way, no how.
I ain't working for it.
No, definitely not. How long have we talked about fruit for?
I don't know. I can keep going, honestly.
This is a never-ending conversation here, dude. There's a lot of fruits.
We're lucky we're not on cheese.
Do we want to talk about something else?
No, we can go with
What
fruits.
about vegetables?
I mean, I'm sure people are enjoying the fruit
Yeah,
conversation.
they're probably thinking to
enjoying.
themselves too.
I feel like people like fruits too, so
Well, vegetables are good. I
relatable-
like onions.
relatable conversation.
How do you guys? Onions are my favorite vegetable, bar none.
I don't like onions.
I fucking.
I
You
like
can put
cooked
onions.
onions. I don't like raw onions.
What about mushrooms? Cooked mushrooms?
I
You for 'em?
love cooked mushrooms.
Sautéed
They're
mushrooms. and
okay.
onions.
They don't.
Oh my
I
god!
don't
Sautéed
really-
mushrooms on a fucking nice sirloin steak, cooked medium rare. Get that shit. Get a nice fucking pint of beer.
I'll take the steak. I just don't know why you need mushrooms on it. I feel like
my
mushrooms don't taste like anything. They taste like fucking dirt, more or less.
You're not getting the
You're
right
not,
mushrooms
you're
then.
not, you're not washing your mushrooms.
They're
before you
just
cook 'em.
gross. I don't know. I don't think they just don't have a flavor to me.
No, because they soak up the flavor. That's why you cook them with steak.
But
You
I don't want them to
saute
soak
'em
up the
on- you
flavor.
You saute them with like some A1 and
don't-
some spices. And
I don't need them to soak up the flavor. Just leave the flavor where it is, and I'll eat the flavor from the source. I don't need something else to carry the
Getting
flavor
wicked
for me.
aggressive about mushrooms right
Yeah,
now.
bullshit.
I fucking love
It's
mushrooms.
honestly bullshit. Fuck mushrooms. I'll go on record as saying fuck
I get
mushrooms.
mad about that, honestly. I fucking
It's really angry.
yeah.
If
You don't like
mushrooms-
onions either?
I don't really like onions. I mean, I'll eat onions, I guess, but I'm not
What
gonna
about
like
Brussels
fucking,
sprouts?
Love Brussels sprouts.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not bad at all.
I don't like cabbage though. I'll eat a Brussels sprout.
Like I think I'm starting to come around on cabbage. I had
I've been working on that. I've been working on it.
Kevin and I had a rocky start. I'm thinking I'm liking cabbage.
like
We hit a rough patch.
you know sometimes like you get food somewhere and like you're with people that you don't usually eat food with, so you're like, okay, I gotta eat everything that's on my plate.
I don't usually eat food with most people.
well, like I'm saying, like occasionally you get put into these situations.
But are people really judging you on if you clean your plate or not?
If
Well,
you eat
probably
cabbage.
probably not whether you clean your plate, but like if you like are avoiding half of what's on your plate.
Well, if half of it's
You
cabbage,
can't have your eyes bigger than your stomach. Is what you're trying to say.
Like
What the fuck did you just say?
You've never heard that?
No, your eyes will never be bigger than your stomach.
No, but it means like the shit you put on your plate is more than what you want to actually eat.
yeah, like
So why would you
Like,
get
With
shit
smaller
that you-
plates.
But why
no,
would you
like,
get shit
what
that
I'm
you
saying
don't
is-
want to eat?
Oh.
what he's getting at is like, you know, like for example, like occasionally I'll go to like breakfast or something with my family, and my brother's wife, she always gets like, you know, like 2 or 3 things, and then she only ends up eating like a third of each of them. It's just like her eyes are always bigger than her stomach because she always like sees so
Not
much
physically.
stuff that she wants, and then
Is she a big woman?
no.
No, the eyes aren't physically bigger. Than
No,
the
I mean,
stomach.
is she fat? Is what I should have said. Is she
It's
chunky?
No.
It's a figure of speech.
See, that pisses me off, too.
What? Fat people?
I have a phobia. I'm not scared of fat people. I'm scared of becoming a fat person.
Yeah.
But I hate when I go out. I hate when I
don't know
go
what to
out,
say
or
to
if
that.
I buy, especially if I take a girl out, or I take a friend out, and we go out for food. And I hate if I'm
Eating more than everybody else?
eating more than everybody else, or if there's one person that is just like, oh, you gotta try this, oh, get this, and then it's like, none of this is good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do me to do that.
Well,
That's why
it's
I
not,
don't.
It's not like she gets all those things and then she finds out that they're not good. It's that like she legitimately doesn't have the room for it, but she
Stomachly.
ordered that much stuff, and then she doesn't even want to take it home as leftovers.
That is.
I don't get that.
That doesn't make
I mean,
any fucking sense.
But like when I was in Wisconsin, like
You couldn't.
we're ordering like food from all these different places, so it's just like I want to try everything because I've never had like
Right.
most of this stuff before, or like if I've had it before, I haven't necessarily had it the way that they've prepared it. But so like we went to like this like Jamaican restaurant for lunch, and like I've never had Jamaican food before. So I was like, sure, I'll try whatever's, you know, on this plate or whatever it comes with. The it's like jerk chicken sounds like a pretty safe bet. So I got that, and then like it came with like a thing that had like cabbage and some other vegetables in it, and it's just like, so I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. because I've never necessarily had it prepared that way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, that is pretty good. But any other time that I've had cabbage, I've been like, eh. And so I really haven't had it in years.
Well, why would you? You can avoid it easily.
Right.
It's not like it's something
Right.
that's like following you around.
Right.
I
But it's
just
like-
never understood the whole like, oh, I have all this food and I just paid a whole bunch of money for it, but I'm not going to take any of it home.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain things that are just bad warmed up.
Right.
They're just
Like
is.
French fries.
Fries just never work out.
The best thing to warm up.
Just put them in the bag and give them to the band.
I mean, but there's a lot of things you can just eat cold. That's the bad fries.
You ever been to Tully's?
Tully's is great.
Their chicken tenders,
I fucking love Tully's.
reheated, are almost as good, if not better, than when you get them the first time.
It's like when you get a Calio and you reheat it the day after. It's actually way better. 'cause
so
it's
much
crispy.
better.
like
Yeah.
whenever I have like pizza, I don't heat it up after.
No, pizza's. I mean, you can eat that cold. There's a lot of things you can eat.
But
cold.
even in the case of like a Calio, I would just eat it cold.
See,
I
I do-
usually do too.
When I get pizza, and apparently it's one of the reasons why I get sick all the time, I just keep the box out.
Yeah, I do that too.
And I just...
I don't get sick.
maybe I
No,
just-
there's a certain amount of time.
I think it depends on what's
What's
on it.
Yeah.
I get raw chicken and shrimp.
Well, that's right.
I get chicken and shrimp pizza. No, I'm
But if it's like pepperoni and sausage, that stuff usually sits out.
Yeah.
Cheese usually sits out.
Cheese. I mean, a cheese pizza will be able to last days.
Yep.
Fucking a long time. You'll be fine.
Yeah, like I got that Brooklyn style pizza from Domino's the other day.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta take a chance anyway. You might as well just. If you get sick, you get sick. It was worth it. You had pizza.
Yeah.
So Brooklyn style. What about it?
No, that's what I did with it. I just left it out. It was just pepperoni and feta.
Yeah.
I just left it out, sitting on the kitchen counter.
Yeah.
In the box. I think I reheated like the last 2 slices, but I ate like 1 or 2. I ate 2 slices, and then the next day before work, I had 2 slices, and then when I got back from work, I fucking popped the 2 in the toaster oven.
That's the key, dude. Toaster ovens are fucking clutch.
Yup. The best thing too is a quesadilla maker. You have one of those?
Nope.
I don't think so. What does it make?
It's like a
Quesadillas?
waffle press. Yeah, you take tortilla shells and you just plop it on there, put all your shit on there, and then you take it. It's like a waffle press. You keep it on and it cooks. It takes like 2 minutes maybe.
You could probably just use a waffle maker.
Well, that's shaped all weird and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be funny.
What is? Well,
He doesn't
it
do
would be funny.
It
I
would be
guess.
funny. He's got a point there.
Valid point.
But yeah, like I like to make it. I take a tortilla and I take American cheese and ham and bacon, and I put all that on there. Obviously, I cook the bacon and then I put it on the quesadilla. I don't put like raw bacon on
You
it.
should put pineapple on it.
You know what I've been eating a lot of?
You should put kiwi in it. Kiwi. That's
Back
another.
on-
Wow, we didn't even talk about kiwi.
Kiwi. We're going back to the fruit.
Okay, we're going to fruit and then we got to get to pickles because I was about to talk about
All right,
pickles.
kiwi pickles.
All right.
But kiwi is fantastic, with or without the skin.
Both.
Yeah.
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 All right, because
Like I could do it with, but
yeah, the skin is
like
actually.
I think you know,
either
ideally
way.
shaved.
You don't like it a little fuzzy?
A little is not too bad.
How trim are you right now?
Not. It's
There's
a jungle out there.
wildlands
How
down
about
there.
yourself? I'd prefer it shaved, but I'm not gonna be like, fuck it. Or I'm gonna be like, fuck it if it's not shaved. But if it isn't shaved, it's not gonna be like, baby, go in the bathroom, trim that shit. I got 2 clippers in there for you.
Yeah, like to me, it doesn't matter.
Like
I don't know.
I guess I'd prefer tamed.
Yeah, I'd prefer
Not
a little
not
upkeep.
unruly.
A little
Yeah,
upkeep.
I don't want like a forest that I have to dig
No.
through.
But like, I like it when it's in cute little shapes,
Backpacking.
like a triangle
Like a little star.
or a star for the Cowboys. Yeah,
Fucking Packers G. Like super detailed.
dyed and everything.
You
No.
got someone there with a razor. Like,
But I was going to say, my uncle bought me for Thanksgiving, he gave me a jar of hot dill pickles. I don't know if you guys are a fan of dill pickles.
Mm-hmm.
From Rugrats? That one? Yeah, he's cool.
Fuck off.
He's a good guy.
So he gave me these dill pickles, and he gave me pickled green beans that are like dill beans with hot peppers and stuff. I don't know if they sell them up here or not, but they're pretty good. So.
Like you can get like hot pickles at like Price Chopper.
Yeah, they're wicked good. Yeah, I think hot pickles are overtaking plain dill pickles for me right now.
Yep.
What do you think about kiwi?
It's pretty good. Actually,
wait, Okay, never mind.
Can you pickle anything?
I mean, like...
You shouldn't pickle anything. Or everything.
No,
you shouldn't.
But you can pickle most things, right?
There's a lot of things you can pickle, for sure.
It's kind of a funny term. Pickle me, Elmo. You could pickle yourself, I guess, if you want.
Yeah.
Or Elmo could pickle you. I guess that's what that would be. It would be a pickle me Elmo. You don't get it? You never heard of tickle me Elmo? It's a pickle. It's a play
I'm not
on
a
words.
fan.
It's a pun.
All right, we get it.
Yeah.
I don't think you fully understand the scope of
I
pickle me Elmo.
I fully grasp it.
Yeah.
I firmly
grasp it. What are you doing right now?
Turns the DS back on.
Why? I'm ready to
End it.
take a $5 or something.
What are we at? Hour and a half?
Hour and a half.
Take a $5.
I don't give a fuck. I need to lay down. That's all I know.
Quick $5.
Having a long day.
Lays down. What is this? He's pickling himself right now. Look at.
So what kind of microtransactions are you talking about? You mean like loot boxes or just in general? Like cosmetic, like the way that Overwatch is?
No,
I think he's fine with those because he buys the ones for Rocket League.
Yeah.
So rarely, but like you spent money on keys before,
I have
right?
bought keys. Yeah, probably less than 20 of them. But I don't think that spending extra money should. I mean, I think you would both agree that spending extra money shouldn't elevate your gameplay above someone else's.
Well, it doesn't elevate your skill level at all, but
sometimes you can get an inherent advantage.
It could help your gameplay. I mean, if you have a weapon that's just noticeably better, it's gonna help you in some sort of way.
But
it's
I think
gonna make
it's
you better.
like. I guess like if it's doing something like it's giving you like better aim assist or something like that, that's something I would have an issue with. But if it's just giving you like more damage or something, like a little bit more damage, I don't see an issue with it.
What I'm thinking of
it depends on the way the game works, though.
And also like is the competitive aspect of the game actually like, is there leaderboards? Is it something that's actually like, does it matter in the end? Or is it just you're just playing the game? It's just casual competitive.
Like I think because
that doesn't bug me at all. If you want to spend money on it, because that's the only way that you can have fun, I feel bad for you.
That's the only game you play too.
Well, I mean, if it was something like GTA where you buy like DLC and it is just like you're not really playing online and you're just doing it for the fuck of it. That's totally fine. But I think if it's like, if it's a competitive game, it's kind of stupid to have someone get an advantage over someone just because they spent money.
I can think of 2-3 examples right now. The one that I had a huge issue with at the time was Mortal Kombat X. Because if you look at the tier lists, I think like 4 of the top 10, and I know for a fact that the number 1 character in the game is a premium character, and it's the Alien. Is the number 1, like, there's no flaws to it. It's got good zoning, good range, amazing combos. And then, like, Goro and, like, another version of the Alien or whatever. And then also Battlefront 2 where it's not even you're buying the advantage, you're buying a chance to get an advantage. But even then, it's like there was one where, what was it? It was if you play as Boba Fett and you use a rocket launcher, as long as you're in the air, you don't run out of ammo or something like that. Or like you do an automatic 25% more damage with a blaster, and that's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then also the new UFC game, I don't know if you saw anything about that, where you know how did you play UFC 1 or 2 or Undisputed or any of them? You know how,
just like here.
well, in the campaign mode or career mode or whatever, or even if you built your own fighter to fight online competitively, you would get points and you would put points into your perks. Well, nowadays with the new UFC 3, it's you get a loot box and that's how you get your moves. And sometimes they're not even the same weight class. Or not weight class, it's the fighting style you start with. So if you say Seth makes a Taekwondo fighter and he wants to get spin kicks, because obviously he can get a spin kick, but it won't be for a Taekwondo fighter. It'll be for like a kickboxer or like a fucking...
And you can't use it.
And you can't use it. It's really asinine. And the other thing, I guess, is I remember when Ultimate Team for Madden first came out and you couldn't buy cards. You exclusively got them from playing the game. Mm-hmm. And then like a year or two later, they made it so you could buy the virtual packs of cards. And then...
I think that kind of makes sense, though. Like, if you... Like, you're trying to still bring in new players to the game.
Yeah.
That's giving them an opportunity to catch up and, be competitive,
I guess so,
to the people that have been playing since the beginning.
But also at that same thing is that...
It's earned in a completely different way, because you paid money for it.
Yeah, but also...
It's not earned, though.
No, it is earned because you paid money for it.
I don't think that's earning it, though.
You earned the money.
I hate arguing with Brian because he always brings up good points.
I still don't think.
Or debating with Brian.
But that's arguable, though. Like, some kid could have his fucking mom's credit card, and he didn't earn the fucking money. The player didn't.
My big problem with the way Ultimate Team is now, and my team on 2K, is that it takes away from the other game modes that I do play, like franchise and stuff.
But it's like, I would never get into, like, an MMO or something like that, where, like, you have to play for, like, months to get up to the level that you'd be on the same level as, like, another person. Like, if the game had already started, like, years ago. Like, I'm never gonna get into, like, World of Warcraft now and try to, like, play with people that have been playing before, unless there's a way that I could, like, just buy into it.
Well,
not that I would pay to.
With games like that, a lot of times what they do is they... Like, with World of Warcraft now, I feel like if you bought that, they'd give you an automatic boost to a certain level.
They start you off with a max level character, I'm pretty sure, if you buy the game.
Yeah,
they started doing that more recently. Yeah. But, like, that hasn't always been the case.
No.
And...
Well, also, Battlefield does it. In Battlefield, you can buy shortcuts. Mm-hmm. I did it for Battlefield Bad Company, too, where I just think, the game.
Like, if you have two people that are both spending $5... and getting a chance to get something good, one person's going to get something super good and the other person's going to not. And it's all total dice roll.
Right.
And it's kind of stupid.
That's because of the loot box system. And it, like, I saw one thing come up. I think it was, like, something in, like, Denmark or something like that. Like, they're trying to make them illegal, or, like, at least, Belgium. Like, it's... Yeah, I think that's what it was. But, like, they want it to be, like... I was seeing arguments saying, like, it at least has to be, like, clear about the percentages of each of the possible things that you're getting from it.
Yes, that's what it should do. It should tell you
it shouldn't
what your
just
chance
say, here's all the things that you could get from it.
Mm-hmm.
But, here's the thing that you're really trying to get. It's not, like, 1 in 20 out of the 20 possible things. It's, like, all of these other things are, like... These ones are, like... a 1 in 20. These ones are 1 in 10. These ones are...
With Rocket League, it kind of does that.
Like, 1 in, like, 500.
Like, yeah, Rocket League has the wheel.
Just like Counter-Strike.
It's like a Wheel of Fortune, and you have, like, your mystery decal, which is what most people are aiming for, once every so often, so many blocks. So, like, you have a super low chance of getting it. And then
Right.
most of the time, the things that pop up are just the rare decals, like the shitty decals.
But is it really programmed to the point
That's what I
that
was gonna say.
it has a fair chance of landing on each one of those squares or whatever along the wheel?
Or is it programmed to make you think you're about to get it and then, oop, nope, you're just going to get something stupid.
I think it is, yeah, because I've done it so many fucking times.
Yeah.
Uh,
I've been playing that one,
Brave Exodus.
the Final Fantasy phone game, one of them. And, like, basically, like, every time that you summon a unit, like, there's a possibility that it's going to be from, like, the current banner of units that are just coming out, or potentially among any of the old ones, basically. And there's sort of, like, a ranking system of, like, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, 5-star being the rarest ones. Well, it's like, I've been playing the game for, I think, like, 4 months now. And, like, I've just gotten, like, my, like, 3rd 5-star unit. And, like, legitimately the way that I got the first 2 were from items that they gave away for, like, the anniversary of the game that were, like, a guaranteed 5-star unit. So, like, I've only gotten 1 out of chance in 4 months playing the game.
I think the bottom line is that it just speaks to the greed of the companies. It doesn't need to be in there. Like, you could have
also the fact that people will spend the money
that they're
on
willing to do it. Yes, and
it.
they figured that
if there
out.
isn't that demand, then
They figured that out
the greed
from
of the company isn't going to do anything.
Right. They every phone game has done that, and companies were realizing that, and to take that into AAA titles is fucking greedy as fuck. It's grimy as fuck.
The only thing I like is
because
that
you're spending $60.
Yeah.
You're spending
Like,
$60+. A lot of times there's fucking deluxe edition, digital edition,
The thing I can
collector's
say,
edition.
the thing that I can say about the phone games, at least, and like when they do stuff in like MMOs, is that
But those games are free to download initially. That's part of it.
And also the fact that they continue to work on the game.
Yes.
Where with something like Battlefront 2, like, they're done with it. They're really not going to release anything more. They might drop DLC, but they're not doing anything to like give you weekly content updates. Like,
Plus
I'm getting weekly content updates on that phone game.
Yeah.
Sure,
Plus that
they
DLC,
may have programmed all of it in like a 2-month period for like a 2-year stretch.
Mm-hmm.
But at least it's new content coming each time.
The DLC for these, like for Battlefront, is likely already done, or it's very close to being done, and they have decided to make it DLC.
Yep.
But when you're paying, most games now, like they really try and work you into spending more than $60, and then to ask you for more money is just grimy to me. Whether it's chance or whether you're able to just buy something straight from a vendor. Destiny is doing a big update coming tomorrow. And in fact, it's probably live in like 20 minutes. So I'm going to do that tomorrow since I have the day off.
I have tomorrow off
Curse
too.
of Osiris.
Yeah? Yeah, you guys have the day off? I got the day off.
Sweet.
Dude, I have the day
We should
off
do a
tomorrow
podcast
too.
today. No, I was going to say, the way I like it is that in 2K, and I think in Ultimate Team for Madden, maybe they do it in FIFA and NHL too.
I'm sure
in
they
2K,
do.
you can either buy a pack of cards for a player, like say you want Shaq, right? And you want Shaq on your team, or you can just pay outright for Shaq.
Yeah. You should
That's
be
the
able
way
to
it
do
should
that.
be. You
Yeah.
should be able to pay outright for what you want.
Because if there's one fucking thing you want, you shouldn't have to just keep rolling the dice to try and fucking get it. It's going to cost you way more to get that one character than it is for someone who just fucking lucked out and paid $1.
Yep.
It's really fucking gross. It's fucking disgusting what's happening right now.
And I hate, like you said, paying $60 for a game and then being completely egged on the entire time to just pay more money. Remember when DLC, like when extra maps were like the big deal?
Mm-hmm.
Where it was like, wow, why the fuck can't you just make it free?
Remember those like game packs at like Infinite Lives? Like the ones where you buy like three games.
I fucking bought a
three
bunch of
games,
those.
but you don't know what they are until you open
that's
the
the
package.
best shit.
Like, could you imagine if it's like the only way that you can buy like Destiny 2 is to
Just
like
keep buying game packs until you
keep
get
buying game packs until you get one that has Destiny 2.
what
That's
they,
what
what
it
they,
is,
What they got me
basically.
with, what they got me with was I bought a PlayStation 2 game pack, and it came with Twisted Metal Black, fantastic game.
Mm-hmm.
God of War 1, another fantastic game. Metal Gear Solid 3, and then like The Sims. And I was like, no shit, that's a wicked good deal.
Yeah.
And then I bought like 2 more, and I bought a PlayStation 1 one, and all of them were all dog shit. I literally got one that I brought back, and I bitched out Garrett about it. Well, not really bitched
It's
out,
like
but I was
buying
just
a
pissed.
fucking. It's like buying a booster pack for
Yeah.
Pokemon or something.
I bought a PlayStation
Well,
1.
you always get like a rare foil in those, right?
Yeah, you're guaranteed a rare foil.
Rare foil.
I bought a PlayStation 1 grab
It's just
bag
tin
thing
foil.
that just exclusively came with like arcade games like Atari, like Asteroids and Pac-Man and Galaga and Joust and stuff, and I spent like $6 on it. And I went back and I'm like, "This? Are you serious?" And he's like, "Dude, we don't even know what games are in there." Because apparently what they do is at the Oswego store they make them, and then the Watertown store makes them, and then they swap.
Yeah.
So that way nobody knows what's in each one.
Well, what's crazy is that, like, I don't understand. Like nowadays, it's like having DLC, having free DLC is like a major selling point.
Yeah.
So like, if you have that and like you announce that you have that, like,
Well,
people get behind
I think
you.
that's a major selling point from the companies that typically have the paid stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's not so much a selling point from
CD Projekt Red, like, their whole platform was built on that too. Like, or at least for Witcher 3, they were like, well, we have paid DLC, but it's fucking worth it, and there's not actually microtransactions.
And you know, I feel the same thing about From Software with the Dark Souls games and Bloodborne.
It's like, as long as you do
the
it
DLCs
right.
on those were like as good as the actual game.
As
better.
long as
and
the
it was
DLC,
a lot of content too.
Yeah.
yes, as long as the DLC is worth the amount of money you're paying for it, that's fine. Like, I'm cool with paying. When I bought Blood and Wine for Witcher 3, it was $20, and it was very much worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fucking great.
What was the other one called?
Heart of Stone.
Yeah.
That one was 10, I think. It was a bit shorter,
Yeah, it was
but it was
shorter.
still good.
I literally think I'm about to give Witcher 3 like a 5th chance.
You should.
Because the complete edition's
Like,
out and it's only like $30.
the combat isn't anything to write home about. But
I don't think there's any way to change the difficulty, is there?
there is.
There is a difficulty level. I think.
There's 4 difficulty settings.
Just fucking crank it up if
Like-
you think it's if you think that might help you with.
No, my issue was, I mean, the combat is bland, but my issue was mostly like, every time I was getting ready to play it, people would be like, how do you like it? I'm like, it's a little boring. They're like, well, wait till you get to this part. And I'd like, okay, I'd play through till I got to this part.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, no, wait till you get more and more. And I'm like, okay, so I get more, I meet the characters, and I'm like, okay,
think
I'm still bored. I
The
don't care.
full version is probably out now, and like you could probably get it all for.
It's like,
pretty
it's
cheap.
$30. The whole complete
And
edition
that's-
is like $30 or
that's
something
so
like that.
worth it.
Or like 30 or 40.
I spent like 90 total on it, basically.
Yeah.
And once you get to like when you do Blood and Wine, that helped me. Like, I liked it a lot more when I got into Blood and Wine because you had something that you could work towards, because you had the fucking like the winery or whatever it was that you were like actually living
coming
at.
back to and like, fixing up.
And you could do renovations on it, and you could like put gear in there like on display,
Yeah,
like your gear and your swords.
you know
and-
that's something that helps some people, but like it didn't really do anything for me. But like
I
the,
like
the
that.
story was just so good for the entire game.
Yeah, it was. I like customization in games, and I like having something that I can show off.
Yeah, I like
Even if I'm not
I
gonna show
customized the
anybody.
character, but that's
Yeah.
I think if it wasn't Geralt and if it was my own guy, I'd be more interested in it. But
yeah.
I
That's
just I don't like him as a,
typically
I
the
don't like,
games that you like.
Yeah, I don't like him as a character. Yeah, Brian knows. 99% of the RPGs I play are ones where I have to make the guy.
Yeah.
Actually, 100% of them I have to make the
But
character.
when you make the character, I feel like most of the time your character has no personality, because most of the time when you make a character, they're not talking. Most of
No,
the time.
because they tried that with Fallout 4 and it was garbage. But
Yeah.
Fallout New Vegas, which
Like,
is
at
my
least-
favorite, or like Pillars of Eternity, which is my other favorite RPG ever. Like you create that character,
Like,
and it's all text based, but
Yeah.
I agree. Like,
Well, that's why you're gonna love Dungeons and Dragons, dude.
exactly.
I like having a character for sure, but I also like my character to have a personality.
But I think if you create a character like in a game like Pillars of Eternity or New Vegas, the personality is the one that you give it.
Yeah.
Like
It's how you play the character.
yeah.
Determines its
I
personality.
guess, but you
Like
could
with-
still. But
like
with
with-
Geralt, you can still determine his personality.
Yeah, but
Sure.
I don't give a shit about him inherently.
Like I think he's a really like well written character.
Yeah.
I like I like hearing his story, but like I don't
I don't have the initial investment, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have
I
the
really do
initial
like the
investment.
story. I did like the story a lot.
But it's like it's kind of the same thing with like reading. Like if you can read and you can like a character from that, you'll like The Witcher. But if you don't like reading,
No, I love reading.
then you might have
If I didn't like reading,
more
there'd be
trouble.
no way for me to play Pillars or like Baldur's Gate. Because those games are like 90%.
Well,
They're like books that you play.
yes, but you still have your own input into it.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I'm talking about like, just outright reading a book. You don't have any input in what, the characters do or whatever, or how they behave or whatever. So it's like, in some ways, I relate that to these sort of story-driven games, whether it's like Last of Us or The Witcher or, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, if you can't relate to the character, then you're gonna have a hard time liking them.
Yeah,
Or whatever.
I think it
So-
I guess if it started off with a better hook, really it's just like you start The Witcher and it's like, oh, you got to find Yen. It's like in Siri.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, why do I want it?
Mhm.
Find them.
Well, you're also coming in on the third game rather than
I did too,
yeah.
Most people did.
but I think The Witcher 2 comes with it. Or
For Xbox, I think.
it did. I have The
Might
Witcher
have.
2. I got it for free. Where I've never played it. I mean, I played it for a minute, but I didn't really feel like getting into it.
Mm.
I'm sure it's good.
Like I watched my brother play through 1 and 2.
But I
Because like
didn't
we used
feel-
to have computers like in the same room,
Yeah.
and like I'd be playing whatever I play, and he'd be playing whatever he played.
Ragnarok.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah,
I
Played a
didn't
shitload
feel
of
like
that.
I needed to play the second game, though. I felt like when I jumped into Witcher 3, like I could follow it.
Yeah, because good writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a testament to it. Like, actually, very recently, I was sort of getting into the Witcher books because it's based on books. And like I listened to
Eli Manning
like
over here.
I listened to like 3 chapters of one of the books before realizing I started reading the third book before I read the first or second. So I stopped reading it, and now I'm going to go back to the first one.
Mm-hmm.
You mean listening to it?
Whatever.
Okay. Because all right, yeah. No, I know what you meant. I was just the listener might not.
Yeah.
I was thrown for like a millisecond of a loop. Our average listener.
It's funny.
We don't
I
have
feel like a
subtitles
lot of
on.
people
It's
do
hard to
that
tell.
too.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like the majority of people that have heard me on here before have heard me mention audiobooks in every single podcast.
I didn't even know you
I
liked
think.
audiobooks.
You're full of shit.
I feel like
I'm
there's a
the
lot of
audiobook
people.
guy.
There's a lot of people that listen to audiobooks and then they'll be like, "Yeah, I read this book," but it's just you didn't really read it. It's just
in
but that's
essence,
how
you
else
are.
are you gonna say it? You
Yeah.
know?
I listened to this book.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound right. I mean, if you sat there and listened to a book, like it's not gonna do anything for you. It's just paper.
Yeah.
You're not
But-
really listening to a book. You're listening to somebody reading a book.
Like, I think you get the same thing out of it. It's just, like, I
Yeah.
have a really hard time with, like, I guess it's an attention span, but it's specifically visual. Like, I can't look at the same thing for a really long period of time.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to do things too while you're listening to a book, I guess. It's just like with a podcast, like I'd rather listen to it and do
Yeah.
something than watch the video on YouTube. It's part of the reason why I don't care too much about doing a video podcast.
Sure.
I mean, we could. I very easily could do it. I mean, we've done it before.
I did it with Paul.
Yeah.
That looked so fat.
Well, I mean, we could slim down the aspect ratio.
That looked really fat.
uh,
I was wearing a big shirt though.
Oh, so the thing that I wanted to mention when we were talking about
Microtransactions.
microtransactions.
Masturbating.
We were talking about jerking off for like 10 of the 15 minutes of the podcast or the break.
All right. So, anyways,
It's bad.
so have you guys heard of Star Citizen?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so essentially this was a game that was funded on Kickstarter. Super ambitious, where like it's talking about all these different sort of things that they want to put into this game, and like they had like such
random
they
shit
had
on this
such a
podcast.
good pitch for like what they intend to do with this game, and like they had like all these sort of artists on board that were like posting like images or like mock-ups of like
Concept
art. Here's not just concept art, but like even like some like visual things, like here's like a character walking down like part of like this spaceship that they're on, or whatever. And so like it is 100% believable. And this was probably like 4 or 5 years ago now. Still isn't out. Still has nothing to show for itself, really. But like they keep talking about all these new things that they're like working on adding to the game, and that they're gonna be pulling in or whatever. And like, the whole thing with Kickstarter is like, as long as they keep demonstrating that they're working on something, and like whatever.
Yeah, as long as they're showing
like,
progress.
People can't like get a refund out of it.
Right.
It's not enforceable at that point. You've already forfeited your money to it.
Yeah.
But here's the kicker. I just read an article recently that's saying that you can spend up to $100 now pre-ordering in-game land.
Wait, like so.
Jake is cutting his fingernails.
You can purchase an in-game plot of land for $100 for this game that is never going to come out.
Yeah, it's like
that you've already probably pre-ordered through Kickstarter.
That's a little strange.
Yeah. Like, if this game ever did come out, you wouldn't need to play any other game, because legitimately there's so many different things into it from their pitch.
I remember Dave Peter tried getting me into it.
That seems like too big of a promise.
Yeah.
Now, like...
It's like No Man's Sky times a million is their promise.
Here's the thing for me is that nowadays there's so many gamers that will play a game for like a week and move on.
Mm-hmm. Hey, like my brother or cousin or whatever.
But the problem is when you have microtransactions, I feel like that's heavily targeted to the people who are sticking with your game. So it's kind of a weird
or people
concept.
that you want to stick with your game.
It's a way to try and get people to stick with your game for sure. Because you have money, extra money invested into it.
But like sometimes when it's like I think it's a huge deal when it's like a pre-order type thing. Like the game isn't even out yet, and you're already having microtransactions for it.
Sort of like how that dinosaur game had DLC for the game when it isn't even out or wasn't out of early access at the time.
Well, it's
what
not
the fuck's
even
it called Arc.
It's not even just that, though. I think pre-ordering games in general is kind of fucky because you don't know what you're gonna get.
The last game
it's not like when we had Blockbuster where you could go rent a fucking game and see if you like it before you buy it. There's nothing like that nowadays. I think games should be required to have a trial version.
Yeah.
That should always be a demo or a trial version.
You shouldn't
ever have to pay $60 and get a game that you're not going to like.
Put too close to the bed.
Especially when these digital platforms, like if you buy a game digitally and you can't get a refund on it, it's just very unfair.
Yeah.
Because you're spending $60 on a game that you might not like, and now you can't return it.
Yeah.
I guess physical is better in that way.
Like, one thing that I like about the whole Amazon Prime thing is the 20% discount, so at least I'm not spending $60 on a game.
Yeah. Go to Amazon Prime, type in shots, you'll get 20% off.
What I was going to say was the last game I pre-ordered, Brian called out. He's like, dude, you shouldn't have pre-ordered that. It's not going to be good. and it was Aliens Colonial Marines, and I have literally never pre-ordered a game ever since.
Wasn't good. I haven't played it.
No,
Well, the thing was, it was false advertising. The game that was in the commercials and the trailers and beta footage and stuff wasn't the game that came out.
Yep.
That's
interesting.
Like I pre-order a lot of the games that I get, but I generally have a good idea of what I'm
they're
getting.
Gonna be. Yeah, same. I don't pre-order unless I know what it's gonna be.
Like I pre-ordered. Well, I think the only one that I'm upset about me pre-ordering is Destiny 2 recently, because honestly, I have no intention of going back to it.
Me
neither.
I'm definitely gonna.
And I already have the DLCs.
Yep.
Because of how I bought it.
I have the first 2 as well.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna try it at least tomorrow to see what they did to the economy and the way the vendors work. Because I racked up so many fucking legendary shards with nothing to do with them.
It's legitimately going to be something like there's a new currency.
Yeah.
I'm calling it. There's going to be a new currency. It's going to be like a 5-to-1 exchange rate.
I don't think so.
Because that's what they did with the first game.
They already put up a big post about it, how it's going to work. They are bringing back like 3 of coins, and they're not stackable anymore, which is weird. But tomorrow I'm going to check it out at least. I hear the vendors, you can now buy each weapon individually with legendary shards instead of having to like use engrams and try and get it. And then they're also taking like the legendary weapons and using this thing called Masterworks where you can upgrade the legendary weapons to add perks that have rolls. I think the rolls were the biggest thing in Destiny 1 because when you get a weapon that you want, it might not have the perks that you wanted.
Right.
So now you get to work more to try and get the weapon that you actually want with the perks that you have, which gives you a little more drive. It gives you a reason to play the game, at least. Right now, there's no reason to play the game.
It's like loot boxes.
It's... well, you're not paying for it, though.
Time is money.
Did you use electric tape when you tried to fix these?
No.
Would you use Scotch tape?
It was like it was kind of like a Scotch tape. Stuff was supposed to come off super easy. It comes off metal super easy, anyways. Because it's what we use to wrap up the metal when we store it.
Yeah. Probably gonna use like black electric tape or something.
I say you just solder it, dude.
Shut the fuck up. It's
Plastic.
I have tomorrow off, and I'm honestly probably just gonna play 2K and Dishonored. I got Dishonored.
I have tomorrow off too.
Yeah, I got
Death to the Outsider.
well, I got 1, 2, and Death of the Outsider on Black Friday, and I got all 3 of them for $15.
Nice.
Which is ridiculous.
What are connection events?
And I have no idea, but you've done 9 of them.
I know.
Apparently.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither. But
yeah, I definitely want to play through Death to the Outsider. I just haven't played it yet.
Because you played the first 2, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Dishonored 1 is like probably in my top 10 games of all time. It's just timeless for me. Like,
I didn't get that far into it.
it's fucking fantastic. And Dishonored 2 was good. I didn't like it as much. I thought it was good.
I kind of liked 2 more. But
Yeah.
it could just be because I played it differently.
Uh,
Like, I tried to be stealthy in the first one, and I hated it. Like, not that I hated the game, but I hated being stealthy in
I
it.
think that
it wasn't
might
as
be what
fun
that-
to be stealthy.
That's what I did.
It was wicked fun to do like the wind gust attack and
Yeah.
like the fucking crazy pistols you could get.
But, like, I played as
Emily
in the second one.
And it's fucking
And
ridiculous.
I love just murdering everyone.
Yep.
It's great. Because it was like, I had that one ability where it was like, every time that you kill someone, like, the body completely, like, disappears.
Yep.
And, like, I had, like, so many, like, good moments in it that I enjoyed.
So it's like Halo 1.
Yeah.
Sort of. Like if you assassinate somebody, their body turns into ashes and disappears, and then you can upgrade it and make it so anytime.
It's basically the same.
Like-
thing. In Halo 1, after they die and there's like 30 seconds that go by, they just disappear. So it's basically the same thing.
Yeah. Like, I had this, I had this one moment that I saved a clip of it for, because it was so funny to me. Like, but, like, so I cleared out almost this entire area, and I thought that I had killed everyone.
Didn't?
But, like, I had one guy that I accidentally knocked out rather than killing, and it was just, like, laying in the middle of the street. and like I'm finishing the level. I've already left like this mansion area or whatever, and like I'm on my way out. I'm passing by the body that I had knocked out or whatever.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden this guard comes from like the mansion area, like running out, and like he sees me or whatever. And like there's legitimately an item that like you can pick up and move around that's like on the ground on the steps down from the mansion. And like the thing is that this is like an explosive. So like if I had thrown it, it would explode. Well, the guy actually trips over it. Like, somehow they programmed this guy actually tripping over it, setting it off, and it blew up, nearly killing me, and both the body of the passed out guy and the guy who tripped disappear. And it was so good that I was just like, yes, this is the best thing that's happened in this game so far. The only other thing that I thought was, like, really mind-blowing in 2 was there's like
when you can go through time.
That was cool, but it didn't blow my mind quite.
Was it Jindosh's mansion?
So there's the level where you basically choose between the two factions which one you're going to like help and which one you're gonna hurt.
Between the
Overseers and the Howlers.
Watch, or the Howlers, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, basically my mindset for the entire playthrough was I'm going to kill everyone in the game. Legitimately everyone. And so, I go through and I kill all the Overseers, and then the body of the Overseer, like, leader doesn't disappear or whatever when I killed him. And so like I just like threw him over my shoulder and I walk him through the city I'm like, people are gonna attack me, and then it's just like as soon as I get into Howler territory, everyone's just like, oh shit, he's carrying the Overseer. And it's just like
that was fucking crazy. Yeah,
they're all just like completely cool with it.
That's what you do.
And
if
like
you,
I legitimately walk to like through their territory up to where like their leader is, who's like he's like sitting behind like a bar or something, like cleaning like glasses or something, and like I just throw the body down before like right as the thing was going into like the
shit.
Like right before it went into the cutscene.
Yeah.
So like it's just the action of the body like flopping over as the cutscene starts, and then as soon as the cutscene was over, I shoot him, and then legitimately everyone in the room is attacking me, and I just murdered everyone.
I love when cutscenes are like
I get the cutscene, I get the end result of like, you know, I successfully did his mission. He gives me whatever item I'm supposed to get. And then I just murdered him.
It was the password for the door, wasn't it?
Something like that. Yeah.
I like when cutscenes are actually like part of the game, like when it's not actually a cutscene, like it's just the actual models and like it's actually in what like the 3D space that you're in. Because then things like objects and things like that are actually in the place that they are there in the cutscenes.
Yeah.
Where it's not like it's a video or something.
Like that was one of the cool things I liked about The Witcher. Because it was like occasionally there would be like glitches involved in it, whereas like I think I was like, so as Geralt, I'm having a conversation with Triss after we just like exterminated all these things from like a basement or something like that.
Yeah,
and like
sewers.
so she's like, you know, casting like fireballs or whatever down there, and like her hand still has a fireball animation attached to it, and so like the whole conversation with her after, she's just got it as she's like, you know gesturing.
I'm surprised you didn't like Dishonored.
I didn't necessarily not like it, I just didn't play it.
Yeah.
Really.
I love that game.
When you mentioned the guy tripping, all I thought of was the Shockmaster. Because this guy was like super built up like by like Sting or something. He was in like this big feud, and Sting like built the Shockmaster up to be like this dude that came in and like saved the day.
Mm-hmm.
But this dude, he clearly has a stormtrooper mask on his head
Covered
with
in
glitter, covered in glitter, and he is like voiced by Ric Flair backstage. Basically, is what the plan is supposed to be. This guy fucks up his debut so bad that they could not do anything with this character ever again. Like, he fucked up his entire career by this debut. He was supposed to run out through this fucking wall and break through, and no one told him that there was like a support beam at the bottom.
Oh no.
And he fucking trips over it, loses his helmet, and like scrambles back, puts it back on and shit. Tries to carry on with the fucking promo. It is fucking hilarious. You can hear like Ric Flair in the background and shit, like being like, oh shit, like it was hilarious, dude. And like it's funny because like this is like they tried to like cover it up in a way. Like no one really knows about this. I mean, hardcore wrestling fans do, but it's not like a big thing. Like people think of other bloopers before they think of the Shockmaster. Yeah, dude. Oh, and then there's there's also the one where Booker T calls
he calls Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
We coming for you, nigga.
That's
and then he
so
like
good.
his face gets fucking frozen.
He knows immediately. And Ric Flair was fucking just great on the microphone.
Yep.
But Sid Vicious was horrible. This dude was fucking terrible.
Yep.
Is he worse than Roman Reigns?
I'll never forget. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, he probably is. I'll never forget when Sid Vicious dropped off the top rope and went for a fucking like flying boot, and his leg split, like just fucking bent like the wrong way. It was horrible. I don't even know what's going on right now.
No one knows what's going on. There's too much
They're
yelling.
just yelling at each other. Harlem Heat is there. Sting is there. Sid Vicious is there. Ric Flair's there. Here.
Ric Flair's like already out the door.
Dude, he falls through so hard. It's like... now he's trying to look tough and shit. He can't see, like, basically in that fucking helmet.
Yeah, there's...
He's like motioning like it was Ric Flair talking, but it was him talking. Like he thought he was supposed to be the one that was talking and shit. It's so bad.
Come after me, Sid. I'm ready.
Like, the thing is that they could have just, like, waited a year and put this guy back out there without the mask, and no one would have, like,
Yeah.
been the wiser.
Remember this fucking dude. Dude, him falling, he falls perfectly. It's so godly, dude.
Loses the helmet. That's the best part.
He falls
And
straight
then,
on
like
his
you
gun.
said, as soon as Sid starts talking, he starts gesturing and stuff and talking with his hands, but it's...
It's a fucking disaster, dude.
Oh, what a shit show.
Absolute disaster. This whole show was fucking horrible. They had so many mistakes. Fucking, oh my god. What's the, the Booker T one is fucking gold too.
Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you, nigga. And then he just hides his face in his hands. It's so bad.
Instantly regrets it.
Yep.
Expect the same thing is going to happen in this fourth quarter, man. Let me tell you something, Gino. You out here talking about a click. The only click you need to know about is the Harlem Heat and Sister Sherry. See, because what you dealing with here is the brotherhood. It's non-stop from this point on in WCW. We take what we want, and after we take
Looks like he's about to bawl his eyes out.
These are the things you're gonna have to deal with tonight. What about the
Dude, wrestling bloopers just fucking... They're so good, always.
Yep. And there's so many.
Oh.
So many.
All the time.
Going back to Dishonored, I think as soon as I finish number 1, no, because I'm on the Dishonored subreddit now.
Yep.
As soon as I finish number 1, I'm gonna go right into number 2, and I think, like, number 2 had some ridiculous levels, like Jindash's mansion. The whole mansion is a labyrinth, and you have to find switches and shit to navigate through. And then also one of the final ones you get, that's the millionaire guy that lives on that fucking. He lives on the island that you have to sneak to, and he lives on like this ridiculous like architectural.
There's like
mansion.
the body double, right?
Yep,
That's the one.
yep. That's the best, because you can get the body double to like join your side and like just pretend to be the actual fucking emperor, as long or not emperor but like mayor or president or whatever.
Whatever he is.
Yeah, whatever he is, and if you get the body double to join your side, he's just like. That's it, and you have you basically have, like, the president of this little colony as your, like...
Nope, I killed him, and I killed the actual guy. I legitimately killed everyone in the entire game.
I can't do that, because you probably got a wicked shitty ending.
I'm sure there's...
Maximum chaos.
Yep.
Plus, you have to, like, check every inch of the map, too.
That's what I love about it, too, is the and even,
That's how I play every game, though.
I do, too, and it's frustrating.
Which is why I rarely ever finish games.
Sometimes there's, like, this internal battle of, like... Because, like, there's a fork, and you're like, which way is the linear way to go? Like, which way is this main storyline way? And then you always want to go the opposite way. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you're basically just guessing.
Yeah, but, like, sometimes, like, I hate when the games
and then you have to
backtrack.
You have to, like, backtrack if you go the right way.
Yeah. But it's like... There was a level in Dishonored 2 where legitimately, like, I killed my target... At one point during, like, one of the... Because, like, I always tried to be stealthy, and then I'd get to a point where it's just like, oh, shit, I got caught, now I'm gonna kill everyone in the room.
Yeah.
And it was like, I got into one of those situations where apparently I was right next to the sort of my target's room that I was trying to, like, get, or whatever, and I didn't know that I was even remotely close to the person. And then, like, so they got aggroed. They got pulled into the fray of this whole fight. I ended up killing them. I didn't even realize that I had killed them because, like, there was so much shit going on the screen that I didn't see that it said target eliminated in the corner. So, like, I'm running around.
Was it the witch in, like, the mansion?
Yeah.
That's always confusing because, like, because she has like a balcony or whatever, and she can see everything, so she can spot you from random spots. That's the most annoying fucking mission.
But so, like, I didn't even know that I had killed her, so I'm, like, wandering around this. I legitimately went to every room, I killed every single person, could not find this person until eventually, like, I go back over to the area, and it's just like, oh, I missed looting a couple of these bodies. And it's just like, oh, this one has the item that she was supposed to be carrying.
She's dead.
Yeah.
You just randomly, you're just like you swing at one enemy and then it just automatically swings and kills.
Well,
her,
like I had that domino ability where I would link people.
Oh yeah.
And then I'd just kill one and it kills all of them.
Oh, like the tether does that in Destiny.
Yeah.
It's the same idea.
It's cool.
Yep.
That's fucking overpowered sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you just kill something that's weak and you link a bunch of shit like that's stronger.
But like basically the way that this game works is like everything is equally as frail. Like you're legitimately an assassin fighting humans.
It should just do the damage that you do to one target to every target, basically.
Are we talking about the tether?
Yeah.
Like in Destiny, like Brian was saying, or not Destiny, in Dishonored, it links their brain to it. Mm-hmm. So like if one person gets killed, their brain shuts down and all of a sudden everybody dies.
Oh, that's cool.
And like you can link a bunch of people up and choke out one of them and all of the rest of them will be choked out.
Yep.
My favorite ability with Emily is when you can decoy yourself, and when they kill the decoy, they think that they killed you, so they just go back to being like, fucking
Yeah.
Sometimes it bugs me in games where you just choke them unconscious. Because I always, even if they can't get back up, I always like am paranoid about it, like them getting back up, like Arkham Asylum and shit. Where you
Metal Gear was the worst for that because eventually they do get back up
Yeah.
and they're
Yep.
instantly aggroed.
It's legitimately just time based.
Yep.
I don't know. Arkham Asylum was really cool too, though. Like I felt like that game, like it was cool to see the guys like that were actually dead, not breathing. Like you could see the guys who were down that were breathing, and you knew they were just unconscious. That was a sweet game.
Yeah.
The first one was just fucking awesome.
That's the first one's the best one.
The Joker scene in the first one, so good.
Or is it the Scarecrow was fucking terrifying.
The Scarecrow scene, yes.
Yeah.
So fucking good.
I actually really liked the third one.
Was that
Me too.
That yeah.
Origins?
Arkham Knight, yeah. Origins is...
Origins wasn't by Rocksteady.
No.
yeah, it was different.
Arkham City, I liked all of them, really.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
Like, I really liked the Batmobile gameplay. I thought that was awesome.
It was pretty cool.
Because, like, I
They just
usually
did-
don't like driving games.
I liked it, but they did too much of it, I thought.
Mm.
There's a
Kind
little
of.
too much of it. There's
Like,
still
I
a lot
liked
of
the-
shit
I
I
liked
have
the
to do in
tank.
that.
I liked the...
It played well, definitely
Yeah.
did. There's a lot of shit I still have to do, like, for 100% completion. But
Yeah, I'm never going to do that.
no, there's no way.
Like, there's, like, 280 of those, like, Riddler things
Yeah.
out there.
And I don't know how the fuck to get to any of those.
Yeah.
Half of them you're just like, I don't know what I'm doing.
It's just, like, I can game fax it.
Yeah.
Figure it out what I'm supposed to do, and then still not be able to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I'm not doing this.
Yep. That definitely happened to me too. There's a couple bosses I probably could finish off. Like, I went back to it a little while back and finished off 2-phase. But there was just ones that, like, I got stuck at. Just because I was, like, I had played it for so long and I got just kind of, like, tired of it. I don't know. I don't really think there's anything you get for finishing 100% besides a trophy or achievement or whatever.
I think something, like, it's like a different ending or whatever.
Maybe. I don't know. There's got to be
that?
something.
There is something. Pause and play.
Word. Cool.
So even if you aren't by your phone, you can just...
Yeah, I do that all the time at work. It's nice.
Yeah.
Because if somebody's talking to me, I'm like, what are you saying? Like, I have no idea what you're saying to me. Because I have, like, 3 other voices coming into my head right now.
Yeah, I'm giving Jake my semi-broken bone conduction headphones so he can try them out for a little while.
I'm probably going to get upset myself.
Yeah. Well, I figured, like, you know, that will help you shape your opinion on them, whether or not you actually want to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You should get broken ones, too.
Oh, I'm way ahead of you. Yeah, I got some electric tape I'll try with.
Yeah. Like, it should stay on or whatever, but it's just, like, I don't know if it'll have enough pressure against, like...
Yeah,
you know,
that's what I
where you listen
noticed
to it on
when
that
I
side.
put them on, yeah. It was just like, it
The
was
left
kind
one
of...
worked, but it didn't have enough.
It
Yeah,
wasn't,
like the titanium ones, they're clearly, like, designed to bend more. Where, like...
I think if you put, like, a whole bunch of tape on there, like, just a good, like, a couple layers of tape...
I'm thinking
It
if I
might
tape
hold.
it already angled. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like electric
yeah.
tape, and I'm thinking from, like, here to, like, there.
There's nothing there that's really needs to be
Might be a little
uncovered.
uncomfortable, but even then, it's like I got hair, so that's what I mean. You don't have hair, so
Yeah.
you don't. have hair.
My Bluetooth just clip onto my ears.
I don't like that.
So
This makes me feel like I'm in Star
I don't
Trek.
really like earbuds. I don't know. They're basically earbuds, but they clip onto your ear at the same time.
I use headphones 100% of the time. I use my over-ear audio
Yeah.
technicas.
Yeah.
But like if
I can't do the in-ear.
Nope.
I only use them when I'm working. They are in ear.
I produce too much earwax.
Yeah. I
But-
produce a lot of earwax, and also, like, I feel like I get water in the ears.
Yeah.
And, like, I
And neither one.
get ear infections all the time, so, like...
neither one sounds as good as the other. Like I have the fucking AirPods, like the wireless earbuds for the iPhone, and the right one is significantly better than the left one. Like just as far, even just volume wise.
Have you ever like swapped ears to see if it's still the same?
Yeah.
Like
Well, they don't. You can't do that because
You
they
should try
go
getting
in.
one of those ear cleaner things that Wes used that one time.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I have one of those.
It'd be nice. I feel like
I know my left ear is better than my right ear. Just like how my left eye is better than my right eye. But I'm right.
Mine is too. I don't understand that.
I'm legally blind in my right eye.
What?
Yeah, no, my right eye is absolutely fucked. I don't know what I did to it. I must have done like when I last time I went to an optometrist, they said like I must have done something to this eye to make it that much worse.
You're basically Michael Bisping. Yeah, speaking of Bisping, he got beat again.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been fighting, dude.
No, you shouldn't have taken that fight.
Stupid. Fucking. I don't know, man. But yeah, like I said, fucking that card was great. If you watch any of those fights, you're gonna be satisfied because they were all really fucking good. But whatever one I mentioned, I think it was the Oliveira fight. It was on the prelims, and it was just so good. Just fucking, they were throwing, like not defending, like their hands weren't even up. They were just fucking throwing at each other. It's crazy when a guy's like up against the cage too, and they knock somebody out with like when they're just trying to answer, you know. It's crazy. There's always a chance to win. Like you can clip somebody anytime. Even if you're getting backed up. That's why the Aldo fight, like, even though he was getting beat and getting pressured, like, you still knew that there was a chance that Aldo would clip him. But fucking Holloway just has a chin, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It is unreal.
Really does.
Dude can take shots. He looked fine after the fight.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. That dude's...
But it's because he comes in looking like he's beat up.
Yeah, he kinda does.
He's like the Diaz brothers. He comes in looking like he's just beat up already.
Yeah, I really like Holloway, the way he fights. He's just... The way MMA evolves is crazy, too. It used to be like, initially it was just like a guy would come in, like really good at one discipline, and he'd go up against a guy who was really good at another discipline.
Yep.
And then there was like an era where like guys would get good at two disciplines, and then they would square off. And then there was an era like Chuck Liddell, like Rampage Jackson, Tito Ortiz era, where like guys would be wrestlers, like the dominant guys were wrestlers, and they would sprawl and just stand and bang.
Yep.
And then there was an era where basically now where guys aren't training as, like, they're not coming in as one discipline primarily. They're
No.
coming in as MMA guys.
Yep.
They're training in MMA, and then they're going in and honing their skills that way.
Mm-hmm.
That like
they have like a whole like camp with like trainers
Yeah.
from all sorts of different disciplines, like just focusing on the things that they
Yes.
are going to need for
That-
what's in the cage.
that are functional in MMA.
Because like in a lot of ways, if you come in with a single discipline, like there's so many different aspects
Counters.
of it that you can't necessarily use when you're in the octagon. You're never going to get a situation where you're going to, be like doing arm locks or something. So
Right.
like you're never going to use that aspect of jiu-jitsu or judo or whatever. So it's like,
I mean, there's a lot of guys that still train in, like, say, jiu-jitsu and kickboxing, but, like, they train in MMA jiu-jitsu and MMA
Right.
kickboxing. Like, it's a different thing. Or you can just come in as an MMA fighter, like, right off the bat. And when they're called out as that, too. They'll be like Bruce Buffer will be like, this man is an MMA fighter coming from blah, 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 blah. It's like, real, like, okay. Like, I guess it's just a discipline now. Like, and it is. And even that's changing. You're seeing a lot more guys with the wide karate stance moving in and out. Holloway does it. McGregor does it.
Yep.
And that shit, and obviously there's something to it because those guys are at the top.
Yep.
That fucking quick in and out, like, wide, like, I like the idea that you have a large base and anything that you can come in real quick and attack, and you can also escape real quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's a smart move. And if you can do that, like, and also be a southpaw, like, and switch stances.
Yep.
I mean, dude, like, you're unstoppable. There's fucking dudes like Holloway that are gonna be real tough to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
Because Aldo is a former champion. Like, that dude was fucking a legend.
He was top dog,
Yeah.
Yep.
and now he's done.
And he just
Not
didn't...
really, but
He's not done, no. But it's crazy
Yeah,
to know.
I just think he's outmatched by the rest of his competition.
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm trying
That's what happens. I mean, you could be a champion for X amount of time, and then eventually you're just... Somebody's going to be there to beat you. You can't be on top forever.
yeah.
Unless
Like,
you're St. Pierre.
I really don't see St. Pierre staying at the top in that division.
He ain't going to stay. I don't even think he's going to stay in that division. His coaches don't want him to.
Yeah.
I think he wants to, but I don't think he should.
No.
They're talking about
Like
him
the way that he fought against Bisping, had he done that against any of the other top people in that division, he would have gotten demolished.
Maybe.
I
mean,
think.
look, Bisping is not a pushover like a lot of people say.
No, I don't think he is, but I think that there's people that are more competent
Yeah, maybe.
in that division currently. Like
Yeah.
I think Rockhold
Oh,
would
Rockhold.
be
Yeah, for sure. That'd
Yeah.
be a great fight.
What's his name?
to. Wonder Boy.
No, wrong division.
Yeah, that's...
Gay Jesus. He's in that division, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Fucking good old gay Jesus.
Yoel Romero.
Yoel.
That guy's a monster.
Yeah, he is.
And like he just got beat by what's his name? Whitaker.
Yeah.
Whitaker's wicked good.
Some of those guys just...
The guy that just beat Bisping, he's wicked good too. Gastelum.
Yep, he fucking wrecked him too. But, you know, it's hard to tell when you're taking a fight that fast after being beat up, so... You know, give him some time and then have him fight Gastelum, it might be different. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's going to help Gastelum.
Yeah.
It's a good win for him. Former champion, like, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what GSP is going to do. You know, that's all up in the air, but I been a fan of St. Pierre for a long time, so support whatever he does.
For sure. Yeah.
But he's there's no denying he's getting older.
Yep.
But I thought it was impressive what he did coming
Yeah,
back after that
for
long, you know. But at that weight class, there's no way he's carrying that weight and still having the cardio he used to have.
Yep.
There's just no way.
Yep.
But he definitely could still fight at welterweight. I'm not sure why he wants to stay at middleweight. I'm really not sure. Maybe he feels the division's weaker. I disagree.
It could be something along the lines of just the fact that like he dominated that division for so long that he feels like if he goes back there and he's not what he used to be, it kind of tarnishes his.
Yeah, maybe that is the case. Maybe middleweight, like
so if he stays at middleweight and let's say he loses,
he doesn't really have anything to lose because that wasn't his native
it's just
division.
like, well, I'm fighting up a weight class.
Yeah,
You know, it's a safety net.
yeah.
I don't know. That's the way I see it, anyways.
It's tough to say, but yeah, the UFC's. I'm really liking the UFC now. There's a lot of guys that are coming up that are really fucking good. And
I don't like the UFC, but I like the fighters.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that are real good, and there's guys fighting in other companies, other promotions that are real good too.
Yeah.
It's a shame that Ben Askren
can't remember
never
what
got
that-
on there in the UFC.
I can't remember what that new Japanese one is. Well, it's not new now. It's been around for a couple months at least. But that one was sort of seemed interesting for a while.
Yeah, Strikeforce has got a lot of big names too right now.
Strikeforce still exists?
I think so. Yeah.
I thought Strikeforce got bought up by UFC and then demolished.
I don't know. I thought that was WEC. Strikeforce
Both of
might
them.
still exist. I don't know. There's something else
mean
that
Bellator?
exists. Yeah, Bellator. Why did I say Strikeforce? So
Because
they went in
it's
with
still,
the merger
it's
too,
still
didn't they?
Coker.
So the WEC and Strikeforce went with the merger to UFC.
Yep, was.
Yeah. Bellator's got some good guys.
Yeah, but the way that they're running things is such a shit show. I think.
It is. Well, I'm sure there's no fucking...
Like, in the first place, there's the whole,
They're probably all
Kimbo
on...
Slice Data 5000.
Yeah.
Like, you watched legitimately 2 people die in the ring.
Yeah. They're probably all on fucking PEDs, too. There's no USADA.
And, they're gonna have a heavyweight, or maybe it's light heavyweight or something like that, thing where it's like 8 of them go in, 1 of them leaves. Like, not all at the same time, but it's gonna be like...
It's a battle royal. Fucking...
But it's legitimately like, so you're gonna go in there, you're going to fight until someone's knocked out or submitted, and then the winner of that goes on to the next fight, which could be like 2 hours later.
Yeah.
Or less.
Man, people used to do that. I mean, Fedor used to do it.
But it's... Like, there's a reason they don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And Fedor is part of this.
Mm-hmm. It was fucked up.
And Mitrion's part of it.
Night.
Frank Mir's part of it.
I think we talked about that when Bill was
Rampage
here.
Jackson's part of it.
Yeah.
When Bill was here, we were talking about guys like Fedor, how he fought twice in a night, and it's just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not a smart move.
Yeah, he fought twice within like a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he won the first fight by decision, and
Well,
then
didn't Pride do that too?
he got knocked out in the first round of the second fight.
Didn't Pride
I
do
don't
like?
think Did he?
Yeah, Fedor did.
Yeah, I think so.
Who did he lose to?
I don't know,
don't
some
remember.
Japanese dude.
Mm.
But he fought.
it
Yeah,
up
he
last
did
time.
have like 1 loss.
Yeah.
But he fought, and then
And then
the same.
it wasn't
the
until like
same-
Strike Force that he lost again.
I think Pride might have done it too, like those tournaments where they would have guys fight multiple times.
I kind of thought they spread those out though. Maybe I'm thinking like K1, because like K1 spread them out.
Yeah, they definitely do. I think, as far as I remember, Pride has done it before. I don't know, but Jake's playing Candy Crush, so
No, I'm wicked out of it right now. I'm crashing.
done.
We've been going for like.
It's
almost-
probably
we're,
3
We're
hours.
almost 3 hours at least.
probably close. But you got tomorrow off, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got
but
tomorrow off, so
I got tomorrow off.
Yeah.
He's got tomorrow off. You got
We've all
tomorrow
got
off.
tomorrow off.
has tomorrow off. Does
Yeah. We probably talked about being off tomorrow for like 30 minutes in total today.
well, I feel like I definitely have tomorrow off. You know,
Yeah.
so
I can
That's-
relate because I also have tomorrow off.
yeah, I feel like some people out there could relate because they have tomorrow off. It's a Tuesday, so I guess a lot of people don't have tomorrow off.
Yeah,
Unless
but they probably won't listen until at least tomorrow. So
that's true. They have
They-
Wednesday off.
yeah, if they have Wednesday off,
Yeah.
I have Wednesday off.
That's our target audience. It's people who have Wednesdays off.
That's your demographic. All right.
I'm gonna boost this post on Facebook and target only people who have Wednesdays off.
I feel like I have some sort of special privilege on this podcast where we'll actually go for more than 2 hours when I'm on.
Yeah.
Which means that less people will probably listen to it.
Yeah. Probably.
So you're welcome, guys.
We'll just get the condensed version. The Game Pass version.
The Game Pass version.
Clear
just
shots,
just-
condensed.
Just the highlight clip, which is still like 30 minutes.
Condensed shots podcast. Yeah. I guess that's it. Let's wrap it up. So I don't know when our next podcast is or who's going to be on it, but
Graham wants to be on it. Cody wants to be on it.
well, we
Either
can
of those two, we could probably
Yeah.
arrange.
start some group chats or whatever.
Yeah,
There's pretty much a 50% chance at this point that it's going to be me again.
Yeah.
it always is.
It'll be
Well,
within a
you
couple
know I'm
weeks.
always going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We can
I would.
talk to Vinny too.
Yeah, we could have Vinny on.
Yeah.
We could totally have Vinny on.
Just,
I don't think Vinny would be too bad.
you know.
Keep the topic on track. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. You might have to do a little bit of editing on that one.
No, we'll be good. He knows what he's doing. He's a disciplined guy.
Talking about me?
Vinny.
Oh, yeah.
Jake doesn't know. Jake walks around like for half of the podcast. Like he
I don't pay attention.
walks
90%
around
of the
and shit.
time.
Plays Candy Crush.
I'm
and
not playing Candy Crush. Jesus Christ.
gets pissed about Candy Crush.
Every phone game is Candy Crush.
Cuts his fingernails during the podcast.
I don't even know what
Bleeds during.
you guys were talking about The Witcher or something. I can't fucking remember. I don't know. If I don't have any input. I don't know UFC like you guys do. So as soon as you guys get into the UFC, I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna look at my phone.
Well, it's the same thing every time that you talk about football. I'm
exactly.
I'm at a loss.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say anything if you pulled out your phone. You probably did pull out your phone. I wouldn't say anything.
Nah, I'm polite.
It's unprofessional.
I don't give a fuck. What
All
am
right,
I gonna
guys.
do? Just nod? I'm falling asleep here. It's like 3 a.m.
Yeah, but you have tomorrow
It's
off.
not 3 a.m.
That's a good point.
It's
It's not even
12:40.
close. 12:40, dude.
And you got the day off.
I know. I'm really fucking tired though.
All right. Well, enjoy your days off.
Ugh.
Yep. Thanks for listening. If
Yeah,
you
dude.
are
Yeah.
still listening, because it's a nice long podcast compared to yesterday's or the day before. Or
Well, thanks for having me again, guys.
Yeah.
anytime. I'm sure it'll be
Soon.
like in a week or two.
Couple weeks yet.
All right, guys. See you next time.
Take it sleazy.